Liverpool at the top, though Manchester City remain in pursuit as Spurs are fed to the Wolves. 3 wins out of 3 for Ole at United. Liverpool lead Manchester City by 7 points ahead of their meeting at the Etihad on Thursday. Spurs drop to third as a 5-point gap opens up between Chelsea in fourth and Arsenal. Wolves climb to seventh. Huddersfield are 4 points adrift at the bottom after losing to Fulham. The Terriers are at home to Burnley on Wednesday. Back-to-back defeats leave Southampton above the drop zone on goal difference ahead of a trip to Chelsea.
The challenges will keep on coming for Liverpool. 1 day shy of a year since they last fell behind at Anfield in the league, the Reds were forced to respond. And what a response. Roberto Firmino on fire as the leaders brushed Arsenal aside to round off an exciting 12 months in style. If 2018 was all about the Reds' burgeoning potential, 2019 is the year they must carry that through. From Marcus Buckland and me, Dave Beckett, goodbye.
Skill by Nick Iman, but it just rolls away from him. And Preußer, oh, lovely touch. Hertzberger through, one-on-one. Has he got the power? Has he got the skill? Has he got the finish? You better believe it! Oh, my word! What a finish from Jeroen Hertzberger. Here come New Zealand. That's out of the center. That's the goal! What a finish that is! Felix. He has rifled it into the roof of the net. And New Zealand are right back in it with 10 minutes to go. What a finish from Hayden Phillips.
Haynes trying to run the show for England.
Here is Ansel, and it's in as well. The reverse stick of Liam Ansel once more doing the damage. England celebrate. And it's Ansel with his second goal of the World Cup who's smiling. Oh, lovely lead. What a goal that is. It's Thomas Greels. It's the lead at the top of the circle that is the delight and allows Greels the shot on target. That is a really good goal. From Spain, and Alvaro Iglesias gives them parity, and you can't say they don't deserve it. And here is Mitten.
Front,
ball back to Mitten, ball back into the circle, shot comes in, second goal. It's Gummers who doubles the lead.
Govers is a goal scorer. He doesn't need that many chances.
Oh, that's a lovely ball inside the chance here, and it's a goal! What a response! And it is O'Donoghue, who's got the equaliser. A brilliant response from Sean O'Donoghue in Ireland. And the lead, well, it's 2 minutes and about 40 seconds.
Ever heard of FOMO? No, not the music awards. Or soap powder. FOMO, fear of missing out. That sinking feeling when the right offer comes at the wrong time for you. We don't want you to miss out. We've got credit card offers all the time at Barclaycard. This one's available today. But if you're not ready today, we'll have others to choose from when you are. So say no to FOMO. Find out more at barclaycard.co.uk today.
Dreaming of a new kitchen? At Wix, we take care of everything for you, from expert design to an installation service you can trust. And there's a great price, with 50% off all showroom kitchen units when you buy 5 or more. Plus, up to 4 years interest-free credit. Book your free design appointment at wix.co.uk.
Independent design? We've got loads of it. Made for snoozing, made for second helpings, and it's on sale at made.com. Now up to 40% off.
This is what we came for. What about that for an answer? Goodness, what a start. He is absolutely smoked that. What a start to this series.
Morning and welcome to coverage of the Big Bash here on BT Sport. The Adelaide Strikers have had a difficult start to this season's competition. An opening day victory has been followed by defeats to the Melbourne Renegades and then last time out, the Perth Scorchers when they were bowled out for just 88. The Sydney Thunder went into their last game against the Hobart Hurricanes with a 100% record. However, it was the Hurricanes who won an absorbing contest to maintain their own perfect start. Joss Buttler continued, though, to shine for the Thunder as he blasted a commanding 89. So, we are in South Australia, blue skies over the Adelaide Oval for the Strikers against the Sydney Thunder. In terms of the standings at this early stage, well, the Hurricanes are 4 from 4, so they lead the way, but the Thunder can get a bit closer with a win here in Adelaide. The Strikers, frankly, already could do with the points. So to the all-important bat flip to the middle and Amelia Mackay.
OK, we're getting ready for the all-important bat flip. I'm joined by Strikers skipper Colin Ingram. We've got Thunder's Shane Watson. And, of course, we've got Jeff McDonald, who will be doing the honour for us. Jeff, absolutely. I'll get you to take it away.
Thank you. Hills.
OK, over to you, Colin.
Yeah, we're going to have a bat first. You know, we played on this wicket the other day, and you know, it's got a little dry and it's been hot over the last couple of days. So, looking forward to putting some, you know, some good runs on the board and defending this evening with a packed house.
And any late changes?
Peter Siddle's back, which is great. So unfortunately, Cam Valenti misses out.
And Shane, I guess is that the obvious choice for you as well if you'd won?
Yeah, I suppose. Look, we're probably going to bat first, but look, it's a really nice week. It's always a great place to play here. So no matter what we do, we have to do it well.
And any late changes with the Thunder?
I've just got one change. Arjun Nair comes in for Nathan McAndrew.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Best of luck. And of course, Strikers have elected to bat.
They have indeed. In terms of the team news, then just one change for each. The Strikers then will bat. We'll see Weatherald, Carey, Ingram et al. Rashid Khan, by the way, does play. Sadly, to report, his father passed away over the last day or so, but Rashid has decided to stay in Adelaide and does play. Their change, Peter Siddle in for Cam Valenti. For the Sydney Thunder, one change for them as well. Arjun Nair, as you heard, in for Nathan McAndrew. Joss Buttler, though, in due course will be a factor, you feel, with the bat. Was terrific last time out and actually has been terrific from the gun at this year's Big Bash, showing full range of skills last time, albeit eventually in a losing cause against the Hurricanes. Spanked the likes of Faulkner, Jofra Archer, some excellent Hurricanes bowling to all parts of the ground down in Tasmania. 89 off his bat. It's been rather in contrast to his England teammate Joe Root, it must be said, but Joss Buttler certainly justifying his top order spot, but of course will be up against the wily Rashid Khan today. Difficult day for him, obviously, with the news of his dad, but he's taken 5 wickets already this year's Big Bash and is an excellent performer. Just 19 years of age, remember, Rashid Khan. Bowls those leg spinners and wrong uns at up to 100 kilometres an hour, so they rush the batsman, as well as all the disguise and variation that he can offer, so he will be a factor too with the ball in hand. But it'll be the Strikers who'll have the bat in hand first, so the likes of Jake Weatherald, Alex Carey, Colin Ingram. We should see some pretty big hitting. This pitch looks decent, and the Adelaide Oval filling up nicely as we await the start of this Big Bash encounter between the Adelaide Strikers and the Sydney Thunder. Back shortly.
Oh, nice. Free bet. What do you reckon?
No brainer, mate. No brainer, mate.
Nobody no-brainers the hunch. Free bet time. Brain cells, go.
Bookings.
3.2, much average. I like it.
Both teams to score.
78% chance. Now we're talking.
Corners.
10.5 per game.
No team beginning with C has ever beaten.
I'll take it from here.
Look and learn.
Heed your hunch with Betway's Free Bet Club. Put £25 on multiples for £10 and weekly free bets.
Who are we if we allow our oldest friends to suffer and die? Who are we if we let our beautiful forests be cut down, pillaged and turned to ash? Who are we if we just go along with this, ignore all the warnings and pretend that this isn't real? Who are we? It's time to decide. We can be the generation that lost it all, or we can be the ones that chose to fight. If you believe in the fight for our world, then please call the number on screen and become a WWF member right now. Because when you do, you'll join a movement of people dedicated to defending our forests, our oceans, and our wildlife. And we'll send you a membership pack telling you about the simple choices you can make to help protect our world. We are the first generation who know we're destroying our world and could be the last that can do anything about it. So please call 0800 035 5920 or go online to become a WWF member. Please join the fight for our world right now and show the world who you really are.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Rachel in London, I see you. Let's see what you've got today. David in Edinburgh, that is 200 rides. Let's make it count. Do not give up now. Let's go. Let's climb together. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. In 3, 2, 1, saddle. Great job, Peloton. Whew, you smashed it.
Big Bash cricket from down under. Bringing the heat this winter. We are set for the Big Bash. The women are back with more blistering runs and blazing sixes. This is what we came for. And don't forget the couple of England's hottest stars joining us this season. Oh, there you go. That's the way to get in the game. And still with all the spark you'd expect from Big Bash cricket. Oh, I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it. Warming up the winter with Big Bash cricket live on BT Sport.
Welcome back. The Adelaide Oval, our focus this morning, but the SCG also looming into view for the fourth and final test, which starts Wednesday night, 11:15 p.m. with us here on One. Remember, India 2-1 ahead. It's a 4-match series. The Indians have never won a test series down under. Their chance comes at the SCG live coverage Wednesday night onwards from 11:15. Here, though, the Strikers, who could do with the points, have won the bat flip and elected to bat. So here come, you would assume, Jake Weatherald and Alex Carey, bats in hand to take on the Sydney Thunder, who are already pretty successful this year's competition. They've won 2 from 3, can make it 3 from 4 tonight. Keep in touch with the Hobart Hurricanes, who lead the way. High time then, we got to our commentators out in South Australia, Michael Slater, Greg Blewett, and I'm delighted to say once again, Phil Tufnell.
You have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
That's good. Santa look after you? Yeah. There you go, mate. You may need to adjust that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you your pen back.
Yeah.
High five. Happy New Year, buddy. Enjoy the game. We'll see you later.
Chris Green, nice touch, mate. Well done.
Thanks, lad.
That's what the game's all about, isn't it? The youngsters coming through.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, seeing how excited these guys are takes me back to when I was that age, and what a spectacle to be at Adelaide Oval, New Year's Eve. I'm really excited to play here tonight. Haven't done it yet before, but I've obviously played here in a semi-final with 50,000, so it's a really cool venue to play cricket at when it's full capacity like this.
And Greeny, you must have licked your lips when you saw the pitch as well, because I reckon it's spin to win tonight.
I hope so. I think Lotto's got some tough matchups for me tonight to this short boundary with the wind, but hopefully it creates a few more wicket-taking opportunities for me up front and towards the end as well. So I know lots of spinners for us tonight, so hopefully that's the winning cause.
Thanks, Greeny.
No worries.
Get stuck in, mate. We look forward to your performance this evening. And John O'Cook will take the new ball. We've got these leg spin bowlers, Tuppers. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, spinners in T20 now, they're like gold dust, aren't they? You know, everyone thought that they wouldn't get like a go in it or have a role to play. Love seeing the spinners opening up.
We're underway. We're underway. New Year's Eve. And a great treat for everyone here. Packed house. Don't see it often. They see it for the local derby in the AFL, but when it comes to the BBL, we certainly hope each time we come down. They turn out here, Blue, don't they? It's a good attendance.
Certainly do, Slats.
Looks like he's more out of the front there, Tuppers.
Yeah, just looking to skid it on, as you say, trying to get someone trapped on the back foot. But he looks difficult just to step out to as well. He bowls it a nice trajectory, doesn't he? Gets it through.
So the two men out, deep mid-wicket and long on. That's an easy shot.
Yeah.
That's what he does well.
Yeah. Well, I think he saw the first couple of deliveries, Slats, and there was just no turn there at all. And you don't feel like he's trying to turn it a hell of a lot. There might be some revolutions on the ball, but he saw a couple of deliveries, and then he thought, well, one's a little bit full. Not much spin. I'm just going to hit through the line of the ball, and all he had to do was clear mid off.
Yeah, and hardly any revolutions on that delivery. Almost pushed it out the front of the hand. It was up there. It was off. Leg side.
Yeah, might have wide, flicked the pad on the way through, otherwise I would have thought that was a wide. Well, there's no question we've got a good deck tonight. We've seen some up and down pitches so far, but this is a good one.
Oh, the first game against the Renegades was brilliant.
Also, yeah.
Second time it's being used.
Oh.
No. And had a quick chat to the groundsman out there, and he's saying that the moisture level is exactly the same as what it was the first game when they used this. So he expects it to play well. Again, it's the grass is a little bit dry though on top.
Oh,
no turn.
Oh, well, he finished it off pretty well after the boundary. It's no wicket for 4.
One over completed. The Adelaide Strikers, who won the toss and chose to bat. A none for 4 with Alex Carey with that beautiful straight shot with a boundary there. He faced all 6 deliveries, none for 4 after 1.
I was just thinking, it's just as well that little kid had a good Christmas, didn't he? When old Greeny said to him, do you have a good Christmas? He could have said, no, not really. Didn't get what I wanted.
Santa wasn't very nice this year.
It's nice to see, isn't it?
Great time of the year, isn't it? Festive season, and it continues tonight. Right around the world, it's going to be parties galore. We've got a party right here at Adelaide Oval, and Weatherall now will take strike, and the gutsy call is Greg Blewitts that he's going to perform.
He's a good player.
Did you say he's getting 100?
No.
Just performing.
I just said single into the offside there. That's where he likes to go generally, through the offside. But I just think he's due for a substantial score, and he's just a good player to watch as well. He's really well balanced, and he's just got that nice fluency about the way he goes about things. So I'm hoping he has a good night.
It might be a sign that the Strikers aren't particularly confident in the batting lineup. You usually then have a bat, don't you? Let's get some runs on the board. Let's get that feeling going through the side, because I don't think the Thunder would mind chasing in that batting lineup. They look a good chasing side.
Yeah, they have.
4.
That'll run away. Yeah, it's just helped on its way.
Little deflection there from Alex Carey, so a couple of boundaries already for him. But it's a good ground, though, Tuffers, to bat first.
Yeah.
So most of the sides batting first. tend to win the games. They didn't in the first game against the Renegades, but it is a dry surface, so I do expect it. You know, it's only 2020 cricket, but it might just slow down a little bit tonight.
Yeah, Thunder have set the pace in all their games as well. They haven't chased yet. But, they were chased down south, weren't they, the other day in Tasmania? That was a good run chase there for the Hurricanes because Josh Butler was away again. The Thunder have got a really good batting lineup, but they were chased down.
One of the best in the world for me, Josh.
Yeah.
Hits it 360. He's got the flicks, he's got the ramps, he's got this, he's got that. I mean, just a pure ball striker. You know, one of those fellas. I bet he's good at goal. I bet he's good at everything. You know what I mean?
One of those. We were talking about that the other night. You know, the clean ball strikers, that the sound off their bat, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. No swing.
Nicely played. Be at least 2 here. And again, indication this pitch is a beauty, given that it was on the up, hitting through the line. And both these guys, Alex Carey started like a train at the Gabba, and since then, it's just the last 2 knocks, he hasn't got himself going. But to be fair, there's been a couple of pitches that haven't been conducive to big scores.
Yeah, you're right, Slats. He got 70 off 46 deliveries in the first game against the Heat at the Gabba. He got 5 in the next game. He was in a horrible mix-up with Weatherall.
Nicely played.
Yeah, bit of width. Throw the hands at it. Money for old rope, really. On a good pitch. Nicely put away.
Well, that game, the Thunder having no third man for Jake Weatherall. He's so strong in that area. Might have beaten third man. He's just such a good cutter of the ball. And then to finish off on Alex Carey, he made 11 off 26 in Perth. The new stadium there, and it was a very low-scoring game.
Yeah, well, we've seen a few of the low-scoring games. So that one all over the shop here, Rainbird. He's been bowling well throughout the BBL 08 so far, but he doesn't get away with that over. No wicket for 20.
BetUK.com. Whatever the game, it's odds on we've got it covered. Your game, your way. And right now we're giving you a £5 free bet too. For the ultimate in sports betting. Wherever you are, whatever you want to play. Hit the target, BetUK.com.
Oh, there we are. In September, Louis was born. Alex Carey and his partner. And it doesn't get any bigger than that in life. No. What an absolute treat.
Yeah, he's a proud dad, no doubt about it.
He's already got the mini cricket bat in the cot.
Yeah. Sweet.
What?
Oh, he's on fire. He really is looking good tonight.
Well, it's been a hot start from the strikers, going at 10 runs and over as we speak. So I think the best time to bat is going to be with a new ball on this sort of dryish surface. But we've already seen not a lot of spin so far, although Cook doesn't look like he's a big turner of the ball, but no seam movement either, and it's coming on nicely.
Just skidding off the surface, isn't it?
And now the sweep shot, and he nails another one. He's got himself onto a good roll here. It's 4 boundaries in a row. Carey races to 17.
Yeah, just over it. Well, not really over-adjusted his line there. I mean, it's just skidding on. Anything outside off stump, the left-handers can just sort of like throw their hands at it, get a good piece of it, and it's going over the infield. That time, bowled it a little bit straighter, get the lap out. Man in front of square should perhaps just be a little bit behind.
There's the dimensions tonight. 54 metres towards the members' side. The other side, 70 metres slats, and it's a decent hit, as always, here at the Adelaide Oval. 80-metre boundary for if you want a maximum.
Yeah. What, straight?
Yeah, straight.
Yeah, it's par 3 for me, that is.
Oh, yes. Well, sit back and enjoy this batting, because at the moment, he is going like a train.
Well, we're seeing a little clinic here. 3 deliveries of this over, and they've all disappeared for 4. First one went over point. The next one was a sweep shot, and then he got a short one, and he's good enough to hit the gap on that occasion. How many runs is this going to go for, this over?
A headache for Watson. Captain of the Thunder. What to do? He won't be bowling another one after this.
No, might be having a blow, Mr. Cook. Go and have a little think about it down at fine leg or something like that. Not quite sure what he's actually trying to do. He's almost... Do you remember Chris Harris for New Zealand?
Yeah.
Oh,
Harry Oler, I used to call him.
What a horrible bowler he was to get away. But
he was just right. He was all right. He was hard to face.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
In slow conditions.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I thought you meant he was a horrible bowler, full stop.
No. Horrible to try and get away. But I'm not quite sure sort of what his plan is here, Mr. Cook.
There's not a lot of turn, is there? Not a lot of revs on the ball.
Yeah, you've got to try and get it under the bat a bit better.
He's taken it out of the blue. He gets caught and bowled. That's what he was trying to do, Tuffers. It's amazing how that works.
Isn't it just? I mean, just a foolish ball again. No spin, and he'll be disappointed with that. Just bunted it straight back. And a nice catch, to be fair. Bit of a goalkeeper one there, just sort of copped hold of it. But, yeah, he'll be delighted with that because he was going for a few there.
Oh, well, there goes my gutsy call. He'd be disappointed with that, Jake Weatherall. That was just an absolute gift. But good comeback there for Cook, who gets the first wicket of the night. And Weatherall is on his way for 11. It is 1 for 33.
Sherlock Holmes! Solve this case on behalf of your queen.
What a looker, right? She is stunning. Do you think I could have a picture of us? It's self-photograph.
Hey, girl!
Hey, girl!
Holmes and Watson. Trust it under pressure. Sure, it won't let you down.
Well, the skipper, Ingram, he's only scored 24 runs in 3 outings so far, and he'd like to finish 2018 with a big one. He has a few T20 hundreds. He's got a wealth of experience, a lot of half centuries as well. But out of the blue, Cook gets a wicket. Couldn't read that one. It's 1 for 33.
Adelaide Strikers after 3 overs, 1 for 33. Aggressive start, but losing the wicket of Jake Weatherall. So the captain, Colin Ingram, makes his way to join the flying Alex Carey, who's 22 off 12. 1 for 33 after 3.
That catch caught and bowled. He moved beautifully, Cook. Really did. He had to go straight away. It was coming back at a fair rate. It was hit okay. Weatherall will be really disappointed, though, that he went aerial.
Neither one thing or the other, was it? If you see that, I mean, it's a half volley. You either nail that along the ground, back past him, or you try and get under it and smash it over the top. He just sort of pushed at it.
It was probably a length to keep on the ground. Yeah, I don't know whether he was maybe premeditating something, and then, you know, he got the full delivery and he, I don't know, just didn't look right. But, geez, the Thunder will take it after their start.
Yeah.
So Rainbird, he's been pulled out of the attack, and here is Chris Green, the man that we've got mic'd up out there. Very tall, and we often say that he's honed in on this form of the game. It's what he does before every delivery. Takes a breath, gets clear in his head what he's going to bowl. I'm sure he wanted to bowl leg side there. Now, things are going well for Carey here. That's often when you are struggling, like the other night over in Perth, you made 11 off 26, and often you middle balls and it goes straight to the fielder. But everything tonight, even that last deflection there, got right in the middle of the two fielders.
Looks like a difficult bowler to get under, Mr. Green.
He is.
Yeah.
He really comes down and bowls a lot of Yorkers. He's up there in the block hole all the time. Not a lot of turn. A bit of flight there, but he doesn't really work on big turn.
No.
Tuffers with that new ball. It's hard with a new ball. Did you bowl often with the new one?
I used to like it occasionally, yeah. Because you just come up, some grip, because you've got the proud scene, some hit the shiny side, skid on, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad position to bowl spin, as long as you can get hold of it. And the boys have usually got, you know, big hands and what have you. But just a little bit of natural variation, you know. Go on the back foot, look at the cup, all of a sudden it hits you on the paddle, so just... That would have been my subtle arm ball.
Tough little deception. There's always some tough little deception.
Yes, that's right. They say
off the paddock.
They say they used to see it coming last Wednesday. You know what I mean? But, hey, you know what I mean? The old little finger used to pop up. But hey, you've got to have a few little deceptions as a spinner. That might have been a little spinner.
Yeah, I reckon he bowled his last two deliveries Tuffers. He's bowled seam up. They've just swung in a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a good bowler to have those last two, but deep in the innings though, because when the batsmen are launching, you just can't get under him.
No.
So you can set your men back straight.
Yeah, and also difficult sweep as well,
Yeah.
because it's getting you quick on the toe, you know. Crossback shots are risky.
Can't thread it through there.
Another arm ball, but that's what he's trying to do, isn't he? He's trying to not get in the arc where they can hit him away to that members side. We saw that just a short hit, 54 metres, and he's just swinging the ball into off stump, so it's difficult to get him through the offside as well.
Might have to come over to the leg side if he keeps bowling those little swingers. Big old breath.
Yeah, that's the lengthy bowls. So good over, and he goes for 5. That's what he does so well. 2 overs remaining in the power play, 1 for 38.
Join Bet365 and discover the power of the world's favourite online betting company. Instant match updates, in-depth analysis, live streaming. The Bet365 app is so advanced, it will blow your mind. Now please, gamble responsibly.
Come from the ICC, the Women's One Day International Team of the Year. And just looking at the Australians in there, Lisa Healy as the wicketkeeper batsman. Looking for Elise Perry. Healy is the player of the year, but there's no Elise Perry and there's no other Australians in there.
Well, Meg Lanning's the other one. She's a superstar. Yeah, that's right. I was going to say she was coming back from a shoulder injury.
Excellent. Perry wouldn't have been far off being consistent, but well done to Elisa Healy. Caps off a great year, as this man too in T20 cricket. Fawad Ahmed. First one wide.
Yeah.
Well, there's that first delivery. He said Slatzer was wide. He said himself he doesn't bowl a lot of leg spinners now in T20 cricket. He bowls a lot of back spinners, a lot of zooters, he calls them. And if he's got a couple of lefties on strike, he would probably bowl a lot of wrong-uns as well. But on that occasion, it's still a little bit too wide, wasn't it, Toughest?
Yeah, bowled both sides of the wicket so far, haven't they? The Thunder. They've gone away short and wide, and then been clipped down the leg side as well. You've got to try and get hit one side of the wicket. They've been guilty of that early on.
Bit lucky there too, straight to the field.
Got away with that. Shot.
Gets it too. Well played. Just going on the length and trusting there's not a lot of turn.
Yeah, just trusting hands and eyes. You know, it was up there. Just play through the line. Keep your shape. Hit from a solid
place. That's the in
shape.
Yeah, keep your shape.
Keep your shape. Don't overhit.
Talking like a batsman.
Don't overhit. Don't overhit.
You never. Well, actually, you did try and overhit a few times, Tuffers.
Well, I tried to run away most of the time.
Yeah, we had to get rid of that pad.
Yeah, and square leg umpire.
Slows it down a little bit shorter. Probably the wrong-un as well. The wrong-un tends to be the ball taking most of the wickets these days.
Yeah.
Batsmen struggling to pick them. You're probably not going to not pick them for Fawad's more traditional right to left leggy.
It's bowled at the stumps, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a bit slower than the other, a bit more traditional in his action.
A bit more up in the air.
Yeah.
Tries to get you forward. Yeah, he's not one of those ones that...
Tahir.
Or Sandeep the other day bowled really well for the Stars as well, that sort of rush you, try and get you on the back foot and trap you on the back foot, skid it onto you.
Yeah. Rashid Khan, like he gets them down
exactly
the same. 100k an hour, doesn't he?
Yeah, difficult to step out, difficult to get back to.
Well, that last one, 85 k's from Fawad.
Ooh.
Slow.
Yeah, nice.
That's 80.
Little bit of F&G.
Flight and guile, didn't I hear last night?
Well, yeah, either that or fags and gin.
End of the over. 1 for 47.
One for 47 after 5, the Adelaide strikers. So Colin Ingram just yet to get going, the captain. There's no need at the moment because Alex Carey's in great touch, 35 off 20 and taking 9 off Fawad Ahmed's very first over. Daniel Sams about to come into the attack.
Is that all right?
Well, there is the stand climb. In Sydney, we've got the Harbour Bridge climb, and right here you can get up on the Riverbank stand and have a good view, not only over this ground, but over the backdrop as well. I'm sure Greg Blewett has done that.
I have been up there. It's actually better than it looks. Once you get up there, you can see the ocean as well. Toughies, what are you laughing at?
So Sam starts, and Sam's has been an excellent player for the Thunder. We might get you up there, Tuffers.
You're having a laugh, are you? Oh, no chance. Not very good with heights. No
well, you've got your brace on and everything. It's safe.
What's my teeth got to do with it?
They get you to lean over too, don't they?
Yes, you do. Sort of Titanic style.
You got the harness. Titanic style.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
Short ball.
It's a good pull shot.
Oh, it's 4, yeah. Short boundary, isn't it? You get anything on it all the time in the world as well. I mean, it wasn't a really hot delivery, but just swiveled on it nicely. Rolled the wrists. All the time in the world to hit that in front of the screen.
Well, you think of Carey's shots, they've all been good quality, haven't they? He's 39 from 22, 32 of them in boundaries, and the strike rate 177.
Yep. There is still room, isn't there, early doors, just to play good cricket shots up front.
If you have the right conditions, absolutely. Yeah. Well, you give yourself a chance, Tuffers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Josh Butler does, and that's what Shane Watson does.
Always have a peep. You've got to have a little peep. Well, you didn't have much of a peep early on.
I did have a peep.
You've got to have a little peep.
I did have a peep, occasionally. Just depended. But Daffy used to come in like he had rain in his eyes and bowl short wide ones. What are you to do?
I played in that game when he gave him a whack first ball.
Oh, the Gabba?
Yeah, the Gabba. I was on after about half an hour. First day, first morning, half an hour. Gucci Tuffers have a go.
I'm thinking, who opened at the other end? Was it Caddick?
No, Martin McCaig.
Martin McCaig.
And then sort of like had a funny sort of turn or something.
Yeah, he kept bowling low half volleys, full tosses.
A couple of slower balls.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this is going to be the kind of wicket. I mean, it looks an absolute belter. We've just got to mix up the paces, try and pull the batsmen around. Don't let them set themselves, otherwise you could go to distance on this track.
Yeah, that's why I said in the lineup slats, someone like a Ben Lachlan, I think, bowls stumps, very good at bowling his Yorkers, but he's got brilliant slow ball, so I think he'll be a handful tonight.
Well, the bowlers have been tested so far in the BBL. Well, they're going to be tested tonight, but it's been the bowlers having a lot of success in a lot of the other games, and we're seeing that in the Test series as well. So it's been a bit of a bowling time out so far, but tonight all the variations have to be on the money.
Yeah, absolutely. One delivery left in the power play, so I think the strikers will be happy with that. 1 for 52.
Good start.
So I don't think they have to be too worried about looking for a boundary off this last over. If they can go into that next over or two without just the 1 wicket down, I think they'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, well, they're 11 higher than their average. 1 for 41's been their average in the power play, the strikers. And it will finish with a boundary.
That's a bonus, isn't it?
It is. 56 in a power play is always suggesting that you could get up around 200. 1 for 56.
Gets lower.
So into the power play there, and the Adelaide Strikers 1 for 56 after 6. Colin Ingram gets in on the action with a slashing boundary. He's moves to 5 from 8, but it's the Alex Carey's performance that's the backbone of the innings. 40 of 23 in front of a huge crowd. Nearly 40,000 people have already jam-packed into Adelaide Oval.
Well, there's a chant going around Adelaide Oval.
What is it?
I don't know what they're saying. Strikers. Strikers, I suppose. It's blood and blue. There's been some big overs so far. The 1 wicket. They're all to be disappointed with that caught and bowl. Just execution of the shot. But so much excitement. Last day of 2018. Was it a good year for you, Tuffers?
Very good year, thanks.
Have you?
Yeah, good vintage for the cat. Yeah,
good. It's not a year that you want to escape from. No. Move into 2019, bring it on.
Even the umpire's got a lid on. You notice that? The umpire's got a lid on. Haven't seen him before. Got the old lid.
Yeah, there's a few of them that do that.
Who's the fellow with the yeah, got the arm guard on.
Well, they come back. Cool. You don't want to see
Oxenbird.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Green continues.
Oxenbird.
Berg.
No. Ford.
Oxenford, you're right.
Oxenford, he was a leggy.
Right. Was he?
Bruce. He was from Queensland.
Yeah, he's got the old lid on. Not a bad idea, as you say, because they come with the bats.
Well, it's bowlers in follow through. Fast bowlers in follow through is a bit of a concern as well.
Yeah, they nearly got me a couple of times. Chris Cairns nearly got me one.
Your reflexes are good, though.
Yeah, that's why they call me the cat.
Oh, he slices it into the gap. That's really well played. Ingram could this be his night? He hasn't really got himself going. I mentioned 24 runs in 3 digs prior to this one.
How good a shot is that? Just a little bit of width, not too much though, but he's just gone with the spin, and it's exactly where he wanted it. Over that, got Shane Watson there at cover, and he hit it straight over his head.
Good pitch. This looks a belter.
Get it.
Build it.
I think we've been robbed a little bit of seeing someone that's so good at this game. Like Colin Ingram's played really well in the UK, and Ricky Ponting's just picked him up for $1 million for his IPL team. So that's how good he can play, but we just haven't quite seen it yet in the BBL.
No, well, Ricky wants to see some runs, doesn't he? Because he shelled out good money for it, but the ending conditions will suit his play.
Well, he's so good with his hands, Slats. Like, he's a really good sweeper of the ball, and then you know, when he can just sort of try and manipulate the ball and get it wherever he wants. He's one of those sort of players.
Oh,
there's a man now giving cover for that short wide one.
Got away with that one, Mr. Green, Professor Green. Short and wide. Anything short and wide, it's going to go the distance on this pitch.
I thought it might just grip a little bit more than it has, but it's just sliding on, isn't it?
Back 10 overs, maybe. The ball gets a tad softer.
Oh.
End of the 7th, and it's 1 for 63.
Let's, and everybody!
Big game today, eh? If you like a bet, check this out.
Correctly predict 3 scores on the Ladbrokes app and we'll give you £100 in cash. Get your 1, 2, 3 predictions in for free.
That's wicked. No, this is wicked, mate. I fancied a walk anyway. Ladbrokes, for the betters of Britain.
Massive game tomorrow, so New Year's Day. It'll be the derby in Melbourne, the Stars taking on the Renegades, and it is really on between those two. It'll be live from the MCG. Tickets still available, bigbash.com.au.
Sunny and 25 Slats too, so just about ideal conditions.
I reckon that's perfect on New Year's Day to go to a Big Bash match. Probably have a little bit of a sluggish morning, and then you get yourself off to
a little bit dusty.
The MCG.
Eggs and bacon in the morning. There you go.
Once again, width. Anything with width, the boys are just rocking back and just getting a good piece of it, and it's through that infield and threatening the rope.
Yeah, not sure he's going to bowl too many leg spinners to these 2 left-handers hitting to that shorter side. I think you'll see that first ball was a wrong one, and I reckon he'll follow it up with just some back spinners and some angle across the lefties. Like that.
Back spinners.
Zooters.
Yeah, out the old front of the hand.
What was the biggest variation you had, Tuffers?
I had a slightly slower delivery.
Slightly slower. So not a lot slower, just slightly slower.
6.
Has he got enough of it? He has. It's the first one of the night, and it goes to Ingram, so good signs for the striker skipper.
Yeah, short all the time in the world, just rocks back, make sure you get a good piece of it, don't sort of get in front of it or behind it and chip one up in the air. Didn't even really try to hit that. Always 6s as soon as it left the bat.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it. When he gets it, they stay hit, but I think in the end got a little bit of topspin on it, but yeah, well enough.
Lucky it was the 54-metre side.
Yeah.
A little bit like the old side. It was a lot narrower the ground before the redevelopment, wasn't it? And they were probably maybe even a little bit shorter than 54. And good running as well. This is the highest second-week partnership this year for the Strikers.
Oh, going well, isn't it?
Well, I reckon even last year when they won it, of course, the first 6 overs weren't great. That wasn't one of their strengths, but tonight they're on.
Well, we might be seeing the score of 200 tonight.
Yeah.
We're certainly on track for it, and there's no reason why they just don't keep going.
But it's a good pitch, Slat. So I reckon a few of the games this year we've been a little bit annoyed at the pitches that just hasn't produced high-scoring games. It's got in the air, and he's got it well enough. It's gone straight over mid-on, so he's taken him on, and he's got the maximum there. So 50. At the end of 8 overs, it is 1 for 81.
With the Adelaide Strikers going at in excess of 10 per over, 8 overs, 1 for 81. Alex Carey with a slashing half-century, 51 off 28. And now Colin Ingram starting to chime in, 19 off 15. And as a result, Farwad Ahmad, who's been so dangerous, none for 27 off 2 for the Sydney Thunder. So the Strikers, 1 for 81 after 8.
Well done to Carey, 51 from 28. These are the 2 sixes. The first one from Ingram.
Yeah, sure, all the time in the world just to swivel on it, and that's a good hit. He's got a good bat there.
No, that's Carey, yeah.
Yeah, he must have a good bat there, because it was almost like a half volley. He just sort of flicked it up with the wrist and the bottom hand, and doosh.
Well, good bat and good hands.
Yeah, as you said, snapped the bottom hand and went all the way.
Nair now gets an opportunity, comes into the side.
I'll be interested to see what you think of this young man, Tuffers, because he's sort of flicks them out the front, and he's got the ability to turn them both ways.
Oh, blimey. Sounds all right. Sounds pretty good. If he's doing that. Flicks them out the front.
Well, there's some interesting spinning options, aren't there?
Yeah.
I think of...
he pops it up in the air, doesn't he? That trajectory's looking like he's looking to go up. He's going to have to hit a good length and a good line here straight away, because these two boys are looking to leap on anything. Oh, yeah, look at that grip. Look at that grip.
It is just a flick either side.
Yeah. Sani Ramadan, I think, used to do that.
Well, there's a few that do it now. Yeah. They just bring that finger in.
Carrom ball, isn't it? Like a carrom ball.
Yeah.
Used to be called a straight honour when I played.
Straight honour.
Reverse.
That'll be 4 as well.
Yeah.
He got it fully. It helped.
Well, obviously premeditated, and he was good enough to get it into the gap. He did get it on the full. See the ball's more of a side spinner, isn't it?
Yeah, undercutter.
Yep, spinning away from the left-hander, but when you turn around, get it on the full, and you just got it in the right area, and this outfield is quick as well.
Ryan from the West Indies, he bowls the finger flick either side.
Very good. He bowls an awkward length.
Oh, he looks...
Yeah, tricky.
Get him in the right conditions, he's hard to get away.
Yeah.
He can come out and flog the ball at the top of the order as well.
Well, he's had his issues too, because he's been
called,
suspect action probably 2 or 3 times.
A couple of times.
Okay.
He played in the CPL recently and the T10, and he was the action was looking okay, very conscious of it. But this youngster, gee, he's got some variation.
What was that? Yeah, that's actually, I thought that was like a little slot. It's actually just come back at the left-hander like a leg spinner. Just offered. No good there, though. Got away with that.
Did.
One to finish, so 8 from the over. We've got 11 to go in the innings. They're on track for 198 at this stage.
I've always dreamed of sitting ringside at the football, huh? Look at this guy. He's like a thoroughbred. I don't know whether I should watch him play or give him a sugar lump. No matter. I got him down for a double. A match today in the 420 on Aintree. Meet. Oh!
Don't bet silly. That's savvy.
The new Build Your Bet has thousands of combinations to choose from. So why request a bet when you can easily build your own and get your prize instantly? The smart money's on Coral.
Happy New Year tears to the Thunder. That's what that sign says. It's a flood of blue out there, Blue Boy.
Those boys are always at the game. Dress up. But it's a marvellous night, yeah. Big crowd in tonight. Here's the members' side. And, of course, entertainment after the game as well, Slats. I think they've got some sort of band. I'm not sure who it is tonight. Yeah, and then...
what, inside? On that stage over there where they're dancing?
Yep.
What are you up to tonight, boys? Anything?
I might head into the Strikers' room for a cheeky one on the way home, and then I might just...
Quiet one?
Well, I'm trying to get the wife to stay up.
She go to bed early, Blue.
Couple of babies. She's a bit of a lightweight when it comes to staying up at night.
Well, that's
so
fair enough.
Yeah, that's right. Possible.
You've come
get some champagne on ice, and I'll get home about 11:30.
Well, you've come straight from the golf course to here, so you've been out all day leaving it with the two babies.
I'm not allowed to play much these days. It's very sad.
Although you played against Ricky the other day, didn't you? He got you.
Yeah, well, I had a bad back.
Oh.
I can only hit it 200 metres.
That's short.
How far you hit it all the time.
Sharp, boy.
That's what he can do.
Yeah.
Those wrists of Colin Ingram. Just a length ball, and he's premeditated that. He's gone back and across and just got his hands through the ball. Brilliant batting.
Tough night for Rainberg. Tuppers, that's been helped on its way, and that short boundary once again wouldn't have mattered if it was the other side. It would have been 6.
Yeah, just a little pick up, hopped across to the offside, just picked him up, as he said, those wrists. He's got some Popeye forearms on him, and you can see he's a strong boy, Mr. Ingram, and he's got every piece of that. Just a little flick went in the first tier.
I'm trying to locate the ball, I think.
Well, he's got more than he accumulated in the first 3 innings already. So 27 in this innings, 2 boundaries, 2 sixes, good strike rate as well. And if this run rate continues, they're going to make around 206. But Rainbird, he's been bowling well throughout, but he's having a tough night tonight.
Well, the average score here, Slats, probably in about the last 10 games, the average winning score is about 170. So, but I feel like these first 2 games of this BBL 08, these pitches are even better this year.
Ooh, got away with that. No, come on. He's having a tough night, old Rainbird. Give him a break. Go out to Chris Green. Greeny, it's a very good deck. I think the bowlers generally have had a bit on offer until tonight.
Yeah, I think it is a very good wicket. It's definitely just sliding through for the spinners. I haven't been in a position to see if Fuzzy's got any spin yet, but it just looks like a really good wicket. And with the wind blowing towards this short boundary, it's going to be. I think it's an exciting game. Obviously, 2020 cricket, you want lots of sixes, but as a bowler, it's not enjoyable.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Another one. Oh, that's gone for 6 as well. So not exactly what you wanted, Greeny. But I reckon I'm a bit like your captain and maybe you as well. I just thought I did the pitch report and I thought it might just grab a little bit with the spin. But you're right, it's just skidding on.
Yeah, it did look quite dry, and that's what we were sort of a little bit hopeful for. Obviously, in playing the extra spinner tonight, it also lengthens our batting lineup with Arjun there, putting in some really strong performances with the bat last season. So we sort of covered both bases there in playing the extra spinner and batter.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can restrict them to something decent here. But this is obviously a tough over here for Rainey. Short boundary with a left armer. So hopefully round the wicket he tries to bowl a little bit wider and straighter here, I think.
Round the wicket.
Greeny, Phil Tufnell here. When it's a flat pitch like that and the boys are looking to get after you, what's going through your mind? Are you sort of getting all your variations out?
A little bit. For me personally, it's a lot of subtle variations, whether in pace or line, and just sort of in thinking where they're trying to hit me, and for me making it as difficult as possible for them to do so.
Good shot. Thanks, Greeny. We'll leave you to it.
Yeah, you can see exactly what Greeny was talking about there, coming around the wicket now, Rainbird, and he's trying to get it wide outside off stump, which obviously makes it a little bit more difficult to get it away to the onside.
Another good shot. He's looking good tonight, Ingram. And showing the power that he does possess. That's the end of the 10th. 10 to go. It's 1 for 106.
Halfway mark for the strikers, and they've got off to a flyer and a wonderful launching pad to charge at a score in excess of 200. They've got 1 for 106 after 10. Carey 58 off 33, and now Colin Ingram is away with 2 big sixes, 36 off 22. And for Sam Rainbird, none for 33 off just 2 overs.
Well, we've already seen some big sixes tonight, mainly from Colin Ingram. He's hit 3 of them. That was the one and only 6 to Alex Carey to bring up his 50, but that is probably the shot of the night for me, his second 6. And then he got a full toss and just a little bit of whippage to the onside. So they're flying 1 for 106 from their first 10.
Bit of whippage.
Ahmed again. There's the wrong one. And I'll take a single at this stage. The Thunder. It's been hard work for the skipper out there, Shane Watson. Not bowling anymore, Watto.
Giving it up, has he? Well, we haven't seen him yet, have we?
No, he hasn't in recent times overseas either, Blue. I think it's to keep himself in the game.
I don't think he's going to be sticking his hand up on this track.
Not tonight. No. Not tonight. They'll wait for a sticky one. Maybe when they get to Perth.
Yeah, a little bit of up and down.
Well, he's got some thinking to do here, try and navigate his way through these remaining 10 overs, because he's obviously got lots of spin.
Get it, Fuzzy, get it.
Ooh. Up his sleeve. Oh, what's happened there? Not the most graceful bit of fielding there from forward.
Well, we watched him warm up, taking a few high balls.
Yeah, and he didn't catch many of those.
He didn't catch many, did he?
What happens here?
Oh, dear.
Got the old weight distribution wrong, the old head just a bit too far forward. Sweep, gets past the man, no.
He's fine too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Around the corner, he's finer than normal.
This is better for the Thunder, just the one off this over. 4 deliveries gone.
Yeah, crucial, these last 2.
Yeah, big shot
coming. It's 2 overs, isn't it? If you can hold it back.
Big shot coming. Oh, no.
Wrong end.
He's just taking the pace, just bowling it a little bit slower.
78.6.
Yeah, just tossing it up a little bit, which is creating a few problems, but then you just get the feeling that a big shot's on its way.
There's another wrong and just a single. So terrific over there. Fawad Ahmed finishes his 3rd and settles things down. So only went for 2, 1 for 108 now.
Okay, Peloton, let's do this. Rachel in London, I see you. Let's see what you've got today. David in Edinburgh, that is 200 rides. Let's make it count. Do not give up now. Let's go. Let's climb together. Here we go. You are stronger than you know. In 3, 2, 1, saddle. Great job, Peloton. Whew, you smashed it.
Come that short, and he's got the camera on the helmet for us, John Wells, and then Jake Lehman. Who, when you bat down there, sometimes you're not getting much of an opportunity. No. That was the case for young Jake last year as well.
Yep, can be very frustrating because you know he came into last season's in very good form, but he just you just lose a bit of fluency with your batting. He's obviously doing all the training. That's a young short with the lid on.
Bird's eye view, that isn't it?
Bird's eye view. Gee, we'd be in trouble if you had it on Tuffers. Cool. See what you were looking at.
Don't know where you'd end up.
You'd need steady cam on.
What's he looking at? The cricket's over there. What's it? Oh, we see what he's looking at. That's right.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fantastic, isn't it? Well, I mean, what technology that is. It's
beautiful picture, too.
Yeah, it is. Just get a feel of what the boys have got in front of them.
Carey hasn't had much of the strike lately. Oh, he's out. He's gone. He's spooned it. You just saw that bottom hand come in at the last moment. And Sams, who's been excellent for the Thunder, gets a much-needed breakthrough.
Yeah, that's another big one for the Thunder. If they can start taking wickets, it's going to slow the run rate down a fraction. After a good over from Ahmed, they get the breakthrough. So an easy catch just to high and right to the captain, Shane Watson. And Alex Carey is on his way. Well done to Sams to get that breakthrough, but he did play well, Carey. On his way, 59 from just 40 balls. It's 2 for 108.
Almost give that wicket to Ahmed as well, can't you?
Yeah.
The fact that he bowled such a good over the over before just created the pressure to get a shot wrong.
In the slot, wasn't it, really? Got away with that, but the bat just sort of swiveled in his hands. If you look at the replay.
On impact, I wonder, Tuffers, whether he was trying to lob it over the top, but it was right up there.
Yeah, one of those ones that you can really have a sort of flay at. And that's just turned in his hand and, just about reached Watto.
Yes.
Well, this is where the Thunder have got to really exploit this situation, because obviously Ingram's going really well, but they've got a new player to the crease. Matt Shaw isn't the best of starters in terms of getting his innings going. He normally takes sort of a few deliveries, so they just need to make sure they bowl their best ball here and make him play a good shot to get some runs.
Yeah, and this is where I think that the Thunder are just lacking a bit. They haven't got that sort of gun pace bowler, have they, that you can throw the ball to a little
real
bit.
Strike
Yeah,
bowler,
that you just think, right, come on, give us 2 overs here. Let's try and get another couple of quick wickets.
Well,
Sam's 1 for 9 in his second, so he's been good. And a good result for the Thunder would be to bring it back to about a 180, 185 chase from the position they've been in. Just takes an over or two, doesn't it? A couple of wickets quickly.
Yep.
And you lose 2 overs in setting the pace, and all of a sudden you finish with 180. So 2 for 109. The strikers winning the toss and batting, and really good batting conditions. It's a packed house here in Adelaide, and an absolute treat to be here for New Year's Eve. Last day of 2018. Gee, it's gone quickly. Where's it gone?
It's a bit of a blur when you get a bit older, isn't it, Slate? Yeah. So there's that dismissal of Alex Carey. Looked like he was trying to get it over cover and just didn't quite get it, as Phil Tufnell said. Maybe the
sweaty
a bit sweaty or something like that, but that's where he scored his runs.
Yeah. Ooh. Slow ball bumper.
And Short got right across in front of his stumps. He's trying to help it along fine, somewhere to the onside.
Well, I reckon Sam's, in the overs that I've seen him bowl this Big Bash, I'd say at least 50% of them have been slow balls.
Yeah.
Down in Hobart the other night, he was again trying to defend a short boundary and was trying to bowl slow balls outside off stump. There's another one.
Oh, yeah, nearly. The perfect plan. You nearly called it there, Bluey. 2 for 110 off a 12. Yes.
Brilliant execution of the slower ball there by Daniel Sams, nearly getting another wicket. Sams has got 1 for 11 off 2. Short just finding his feet at the moment, just 1 off 3. Colin Ingram must get more of the strike, 38 off 24. So after 12 overs, it's 2 for 110.
And the Manhattan, the last 2 have been outstanding for the Thunder. If they can continue in that vein for another couple, and they'll be helping the run chase. In terms of Sams, he's the leading wicket taker for the Thunder this year. It's 7 wickets for him this season, and the next best 3 to Ahmed, and Rainbird 3 as well. Sams also can contribute with the bat. That 34 from 21 in the opening game was a beauty. So a good all-rounder. Now we've got Cook back into the attack.
See what he comes up now. He's got to be spot on line or length, and England's is going to be climbing all over him.
See if he can work out what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Is it a little bit Anil Kumble or something? A little bit Anil Kumble or something? I don't know. He's just sort of fiddling about, isn't he? You've got to have a plan as a spin bowler, haven't you? Especially when sort of like plan A and plan B sort of gone out the window. You've got to have a little bit of a fallback. And it's probably he's looking just to sort of, as you say, from that trajectory, bowl it under the bat and get it full. But it doesn't look like he's trying to give it too much of a tweak.
Well, your fallback has to be a stock ball, right? So you work out what your stock ball is.
Well, yeah, for 2020, yeah, which is don't get any better than a quick Yorker, does it?
I think he's like a lot of spinners. He just tries to bowl back of the length, try and hit the stumps. It's too wide, and it's going to get the treatment.
Yeah.
Well, sort of spun back to it was almost deep, halfway between deep point and deep cover. But I think what a lot of spinners do now, Tough, is they actually don't worry about flight. That's their variation, but they bowl the ball into the pitch, back of the length, so you can't necessarily get onto it, and they're under it, and then makes it hard to try and play back and try and play across the line. So that's generally what most of them do.
Yeah, but it's not sort of like staying in the pitch or skidding off the pitch. It just looks like it's short.
Too short, maybe.
Perhaps, I don't know.
That's what I'm reading from you. That one's not too bad, just a single. Still a bit of a go slow. No great risk taking at this stage. You're going to see Ingram at some point really try and launch. He's 41 from 27.
I mean, to be fair, you know, 1 for 21 when there's been a bit of pongo knocking about, you know, off a 3. If you can get, you know, 1 for 25 off a 3, you're going to take that.
Yeah.
Gary Barlow.
Well, he had the tough ask of taking the new ball. He was only going to skid on.
Better.
And batsmen there, they'll just go on length, won't they? And that's what Alex Carey did early against him.
See, that seems to be a line that's just dried up. Ingram, surprised he hasn't tried to get down and sweep that or sort of slog sweep that. Just looking to knock that in.
Yeah, I just feel that Ingram's going to try and get to that last 5 overs.
And then
get himself, and then, yeah, that's right, get the trumpet out. Because they've got the last, they've got men in the dugout ready to go.
It's been a good 3 overs here, though, from the Thunder.
It has.
Fighting back.
It's one of those pitches, Blue. If you're a captain, you're probably thinking, change your bowling all the time. 2 for 116.
Seven overs remaining. The Adelaide Strikers 2 for 116 short. Just trying to find his feet at the moment. 3 off 5. Ingram 42 off 28 deliveries. And Cook a wonderful fight back considering he had a really expensive early over. 1 for 23 off 3. So the Strikers are 2 for 116.
And we've seen a load of those KFC bucket heads. Years ago. It's a good package, isn't it? Tuffers. You know, in terms of a night out.
Oh, yeah, love it.
But you haven't worked on this before, have you?
No.
But just from a family outing.
Yeah. Everyone's smiling, the place is buzzing, the place is jumping, a little bit of tunes going on, dancing girls, what more do you want? And a few sixes.
I love the fact that you see kids here. Their families are rocking up, so that's the pleasing thing for me, boys and girls.
Yeah, it's a good night out.
Good 3 overs, as I mentioned, from the Thunder. 1 for 10 off the last 3. Nice little fight back.
Well, it could win them the game at the end of it in the context of what they were looking at. Still got a long way to go to pull it back substantially. I don't think that is possible in these batting conditions. 8 wickets left, and what I was saying prior to that last break is that if it's a tough ask for a bowler to come in and bowl 1 over, but you've almost got to do that, rotate, so batsmen don't get into sync with a particular guy.
That's often often the case. A lot of teams do that, Slats, you're right.
Yeah. Keep it fresh. Best when fresh. Yeah, you're right. I think Ingram might just be, well, listen, he's 42 off of 28. You know, he's ploughing along, but he's just, you're right. I think just looking to look for the ones. This is where you've got to bat as a partnership. You're saying, right, I'm going to be here for the last 5. You've got to now have a little dart, mate. You know what I mean? Perhaps Short's got to sort of try and take the ball by the horns, because otherwise Thunder might just try and slip a couple of quiet ones through it.
Yeah. Like you tonight, a couple of quiet ones. It's the single. That's a good result for Thunder again.
Yeah.
More than happy.
Perhaps I've been a bit harsh on Mr. Short there. You know, 1 for 23. What was it? 1 for 23 off a 3. Take that all day long, wouldn't you? On a belter.
Cookie, absolutely. Good return.
Yeah. Nickname's got to be captain, hasn't it?
Sir.
Oh yes, did you hear that?
Sir Alistair Cook.
Oh, all right, Sir Alistair.
How old is he now? 36.
Yeah, it's a young sir, isn't it?
It's young to be a sir.
Yeah. Obviously, mine didn't make. I looked in the.
Did you get your nomination in?
Couldn't find it anywhere. Must have got lost in the post.
The last boundary, 25 balls ago.
Yeah, nice.
You don't have to, like, his is a knighthood services to cricket, but yours could be services to other things, like Beefy's is to charity. What could yours be? Reality TV.
Well, there you go.
You've done it all, haven't you? You've been in the jungle, you've been...
I'm a king.
You're a king. What do you mean you're a king?
King of the jungle, I won it.
Oh, you won the jungle?
Yes. Tarzan. Had to eat all the witchetty grubs and all that sort of stuff. Oof. Ah, it was good fun.
Yeah.
Well, they should know how to pace the innings, shouldn't they, being at their home ground? You know the dimensions, you know where your hitting zones are.
He hasn't got hold of it. He hasn't got hold of it.
Oh, he's put it down.
And he hasn't got hold of it either.
Oh, what were you saying earlier on in the warm-ups?
He hasn't got hold of it. No, that was forward Ahmed. Yeah, they were dropping everything. So we'll have a look at that shortly. 2 for 122.
Shut up, Holmes!
Solve this case on behalf of your queen.
What a looker, right?
You've walked into our trap.
The hexagon.
Where are you pointing?
There.
This way or that way?
There.
Holmes and Watson.
Trust it under pressure. Sure, it won't let you down.
Well, that's a big moment in the game. Obviously, if he goes on to, I mean, he's such a destructive batsman, Ingram.
Oh, and how many times
that's over his head.
Does that happen?
It's 50 as well.
Every time.
He needed runs too, Tuffers. So the captain has been able to deliver this evening. He gets the lead off, but he needed some runs.
Oh, the Thunder, yeah, Ingram's the big wicket, because if you look at the next two, John O'Wells, Jake Lehman, not massive hitters of the ball, but this man here can hit the ball a long way.
How crucial is that drop catch going to be for the Thunder? Oh, might not be too crucial. Oh, yes,
six again.
Yeah.
Back-to-back sixes for the skipper. I think it just got over the rope.
And the foot is down. He's all of a sudden thought, well, goes for one, gets put down, and now, well, I'm in overdrive.
Yeah.
I'll make them pay. It took 28 deliveries for a boundary, and now back-to-back sixes. And Cook, his figures are blowing.
How's young Jason Sangha feeling at the moment, poor lad?
Yeah. No, that will be just gnawing away at the back of the old mind. I know that feeling too well.
Well, we'll watch young Sanger in the field. He's had a couple of interesting moments so far in the BBL where he gets wrong-footed and he's always got a smile on his face.
He got there.
Sore fingers.
Yeah, he got there.
He's got sore fingers. Look at those.
Well, he's still smiling, which is good to see.
Yeah, it might not be if Colin Ingram scores 150.
The crowd might be letting him know about it down there.
There's always that next ball that comes to you. You get a cheer if you stop it. But yeah, big let off, and now the strikers can wind up again and get back on track for that 200.
Here it is. He's running in. It's a comfortable catch, and he probably may not have even needed to go to ground, really. But anyway, hit the hands and came out. Goes
Shot
again.
Boy. Shot boy.
He's got it too.
Oh, he's got that. That is hung up in the air a long time. That is a big hit.
Yeah.
3 sixes in the over.
Yeah. Colin Ingram decided he's had enough of Mr. Cook.
Well, that's a real muscle down the ground. He's timed it as well, but this is a 6 on the old ground too.
Yeah.
I reckon it's gone the full journey. That was a 6 when there weren't ropes. And that was always a real test of hitting ability.
Sure was. I reckon that might have been dropped too, was it?
Yeah.
Hanging over the fence, couldn't claim it.
And that is the most profitable over so far for the strikers. 21 from it. And Cook finishes 1 for 44 from his 4.
Well, Colin Ingram's really accelerating now. 21 off Jono Cook's last over. He finishes with 1 for 44. Ingram moves to 65 off 36. Keeps clearing the rope. Short 7 off 9. 5 overs remaining. 2 for 143.
And here's that one. And once upon a time, there weren't ropes. It was back to those advertising boards and leaning over the fence. It's hard to pick that up because of how far it's travelled, but once you're in that position, you've got to swallow them.
Dodgy technique, Slats.
Yeah, bad technique. But that is a long 6.
Good use of the feet, wasn't it?
So Sam's 2 overs, 1 for 11. He's been good, 7 dot balls. And we've got Matt Short with the microphone on. Shorty, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, very nice, boys. Obviously, Cole's... Oh, wait there. Yeah, obviously Cole, after that drop, I think he just said, stuff it, I'm going to try and take that on spinner. So, yeah, I'm happy just knocking him around for a little bit and yeah, get Cole on strike.
How wide was it?
Shorty, have you discussed the total? 5 overs to go?
No, we haven't even looked for a total at the moment. We're just sort of taking it over by over and you know, checking who's coming on and whatnot, and seeing who can bat to their strengths and try and take them down.
Well, mate, it's ideal that the skipper keeps going. It's great to see him in the runs, but, gee, he hits the ball a long way.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. So his big forearms, I think. He come down the end of the over just before and said that's the first time he's hit a 6 straight at Adelaide Oval. So, you know, he's in some form and hitting him well if he's doing that.
Well, he's on strike, so we'll leave him to concentrate on his batting. But, yeah, interesting to note that Ingram said after the drop, I'm going to have a crack, crack at Cookie.
Sometimes you just think, well, you know, you may as well go out. If you're going to go out, you may as well go out like a lion.
Well,
you know?
Yeah, that's...
You've had your chance.
I reckon he knew that was a big moment, and he thought, right, well, it's my night tonight. I've had a slice of luck. I'm going to go for it. But I liked hearing that from a young player too, Matt Short, just saying he's going to try and feed him the strike.
Well, why wouldn't you? Yeah, just get off strike and get it to Popeye.
Well, feed him the strike while he's going well, and then if you get to about 3 overs to go, then you can both go. Yeah.
Top ball, so another good one there from Sams. He's been very economical. Interesting, isn't it? I wonder whether Ingram felt when he was put down that not really going after it at the moment. That's why I mishit that one, but the bowling to come. Rainbow's got 2, he's been very expensive. Green's got the 1, he'll bowl. Ahmed will bowl. And Nair's got 1 to... Oh, he's got 3, so...
Sam's another one after this too.
And Sam's has got another after this, so plenty of options for Watson. Left on its way. So they're being pulled back. The first one was a wide, but the next 3 have gone, or 4 have gone for 2 runs.
I think the captain, Colin Ingram, will be sensing another slow ball on the way. So I think with how many Sams does bowl, I think as a batsman, Slatch, you've got to set up for the slow ball, and then if it is the quicker one, you just react to that. But just set up for the slow ball, because that's what he's mainly bowling.
Oof, that could have gone the journey as well.
That was the quicker one, and he just adjusted.
Tough as we saw some pace bowling last night.
Oh, very impressed with Mr. Meredith.
He got it up around 150.
Absolutely. Nice, smooth approach.
And Archer?
Yeah, well, Archer, where he gets his pace from, I do not know. He just cruises up and whips them down at about 90 miles an hour. It doesn't even...
That was really impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. That's what... They seem to have everything covered, the Hurricanes. They've got that sort of like 2 fellas who can really steam in and rattle you and get wickets. They've got the spin of Rose and... how's that missed?
That's the end of the over. 4 overs remaining. 2 for 147.
Adelaide Strikers going at a run rate of 9.19 for their 16 overs. 2 for 147. Short on 8. England on 67. Not out from 39 deliveries. Terrific over there by Daniel Sams. He continues with his tight figures, only going for 5 and over. 1 for 15. 2 for 147. 4 overs remaining for the Strikers.
Yeah, has he been mentioned for Aussie, that Meredith?
No, it's only really his second season, really. But he's been he's a bit of a fine because there's not much to him. If you can get up around about that that magical 150 mark, they start looking at you.
Yeah, you don't see that, Blue. That's the thing. When you've got that place. Here's Ahmed. He's got one to go.
Yeah.
There he is, slowing it down again. Be at least 2, maybe even 4. Oh, nicely struck by Ingram. This innings is a beauty for the strikers. 71 he's got.
Yeah, it was that slow wrong, wasn't it, Tuffers?
Yeah.
It was just probably a fraction wide. Yeah. That's a little closer to the stumps, and he sliced it away. Look at the spin on the ball. Yeah. Goes further away from that fielder.
Yeah, how many times have we seen the ball ending up there, going for boundaries? Something that the Thunder will be looking at. Just missed their lengths.
Bit 2 here.
Boter was the spin bowler you're talking about.
Yes.
Experience.
Yeah, experience. Johan, yeah.
Well, Johan has been coaching in the CPL. He was coaching one of the franchises over there. He's been bobbing up as a coach in T20 as well. So, and he's still playing over here.
Ooh.
We wanted to get under that one.
Yeah.
It's a comfortable 2. So, good over so far for the strikers, this one. 8 from it.
Sangha doing the fielding. He's not.
And
While Ingram's out there, well, he'll be feeling bad, full stop. There's the strikers coach, Jason Gillespie. Big douche. It's gone up. Up. Fielder coming in. Should be out. Oh, a little bit awkward, but Sams takes it in the end, and they get rid of the dangerous Ingram.
And who's the happiest man? Who's the happiest man at the Adelaide Oval at the moment? And that is Mr. Sangha. Great wicket for Farwell. Got the Thunder back in it. Tossed it up a little bit. Just there again, the wrong one, yeah. So it just sort of didn't get the full piece of it on the bat. And, just about plug onto it. Well caught, mate.
Yeah, so good stuff. And a terrific innings there from the skipper. 75 from 43, and he walks off to big cheers. It's 3 for 155.
Oh, nice. Free bet. What do you reckon? No brainer, mate. No brainer, mate.
Nobody no-brainers the hunch. Free bet time. Brain cells, go.
Bookings.
3.2, much average. I like it.
Both teams to score.
78% chance. Now we're talking.
Corners.
10.5 per game.
No team beginning with C has ever beaten.
I'll take it from here. Look and learn.
Heed your hunch with Betway's Free Bet Club. Put £25 on multiples for £10 and weekly free bets.
There you go, Jake Lehman. You've got 3.2 overs to play a cameo, and you really do have to come out with a clear mind, a lot of confidence, and back yourself. He's teaming up with Short, who hasn't got himself going, hasn't hit the boundary, so Jake might as well try and press on from here as well.
Yeah, fill your boots, young man. He's bowled better when he's tossed it up, hasn't he, Ahmed? When he's got it up in the air a little bit, he's just sort of the batsmen haven't been able to set themselves. When it's that little bit quicker, they've just cut him away.
So Ingram, the 75, he hit to the long boundary, and Chris Green said earlier that the short boundary is with the breeze. So if you're going long boundary, which he'd been able to get over a couple of times, it's into the breeze. So it went very high. And I wonder what the hang time there is, Blue.
Well, there it is. 4.93. Was up there for quite a while. So you got about 5 seconds to
size it up
and gather your thoughts. Watch the ball. But, Jake Lehman coming in ahead of John O'Wells. I think the main reason for that is Tuffers is to have a left and right. So they've always got one of the players hitting to that short side. So John O'Wells is a right-hander, so they didn't want the 2 right-handers out there. Got some of those shorts, Tuffers?
Which ones?
You like the longer ones or the shorter ones?
They're the basketball style, aren't they?
Yeah.
I could see you in them.
There you go, 3-pointer from downtown.
So Chris Green gets the opportunity to bowl his 4th over. This will be the 18th. He has a real knack of making hards runs hard at this point, and it'll be those full-length deliveries right up in the block hole.
Oh.
Right up there.
Oh.
You just can't do anything with them.
No, it's a skill.
Well, I think Lehman he's worked on his sweep shots tirelessly over the last couple of years, so might try and get to it on the full maybe. Sweep it away fine.
There again, a Yorker. We've got Amelia down there with the captain of the Strikers.
Yeah, Colin Ingram joins me right now. Colin, 75 runs. Your dream runs come to an end, though.
Yeah, I suppose I could have hit it better. A bit of luck and a few landing some gaps, but it was nice to spend some time in the middle. We've got a great crowd in tonight, so yeah, I was enjoying the atmosphere.
And you're counting on the boys to hold on to that momentum?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some 3 overs to go now, and I suppose in all measures it's go time. So hopefully we see a few more big shots going out the ground, and we get to sort of a total that we're happy with.
And what is that total?
I don't know, it's difficult to say. I could hardly, it was running too many 2s out there, I could hardly breathe, but I was thinking about 175. It is a used wicket, and it did spin a little bit.
Right, thank you so much, Colin.
We're seeing those 3 first deliveries right up there as Yorker's tough as he's impressive.
Yeah, great bowling. Great bowling. As I say, that is real control over your art. Sort of trying to bowl it almost under the bat. And as I say, Colin Ingram saying, right, we've got a couple of overs to go and it's go time. You pull out 4 Yorkers right on the butt. You've got 4 dot balls. What a fantastic over this is. We've just got to finish it off now.
And Jake Lehman, to his credit, is trying to do a few different things. He tried to use his feet, get to it on the full. He's tried a sweep shot. It's Green too good at the moment.
Yeah, and he'll stay round the wicket to the right-hander.
Aim at his foot. Oh, cheeky, like that. Little change up. Went upstairs. Went upstairs. And just popped it a little bit wider. That's a lovely piece of bowling, as you say. Short sitting there going, I know what he's going to bowl. I know what he's got to bowl. Good bravery from the spin bowler. Well bowled, Mr. Green.
Well, I saw him whisper something to his captain, Shane Watson, before he bowled that ball. So that was probably a set play. He said he was going to bowl a slow one outside off stump, and he nearly got the wicket.
He'll still finish off his bowling for the night, but he's done a fantastic job. Even if this one goes, he's been able to pull it back.
Oh,
there is another one.
Catch it.
So a leg by. So 1 run off the over. And off the last 9 balls, they have not scored a run off the bat. 3 for 156.
BetUK.com. Whatever the game, it's odds on we've got it covered. Your game, your way. And right now we're giving you a £5 free bet too. For the ultimate in sports betting. Wherever you are, whatever you want to play. Hit the target. BetUK.com.
And that's how it looks. The bowling, the economy rates is always of interest. 4.5 to Green after 4 overs. That's magnificent. 5 to Sams. And he has got 1 more. Now, Rainbird, who's been the most expensive, comes back into the attack now.
There you go.
2 overs, 1 dot ball, 33 runs. So
be a big call, this.
It's a gutsy effort.
Well, this is where Rainbird's got to forget about the previous 2 overs that he's bowled. Do a job now.
That's a great little spell by Mr. Green, you know.
Well, let's go outside to Chris, given that we need to say beautifully bowled, Greenie.
Thanks, Flats.
It's just so imperative that you can shed the runs later. Those Yorkers of yours, how have you honed in on them? And it's ball in, ball out.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something I've been working on for a long time now, and taking a lot of confidence from the experience I got over in Dubai for the T10 League. Bowling at tough times and the batter's constantly coming hard at you. Just knows it gives me that extra little bit of effort to just relax and take my time and almost go, you know what, I've got nothing to lose here. And bad luck.
Right.
And I can sort of zero in. And I'm not really trying to achieve a dot in doing so. It's more so going at 6 singles as an off spinner in this format. I'm pretty happy with.
And I love that second last delivery too, Greenie, where you would have thought that he's thinking you're going to bowl another Yorker, but you threw in that. Let's watch this delivery. probably one, maybe two. No, just the single.
Take it.
Nice little fight back here, but yeah, just that little variation. That was nice.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take a punt on a gut instinct or a gut feel, and he's obviously seen me bowl 4 Yorkers there, and my gut was saying he's expecting the same with that long boundary. So to throw it up and, I mean, go searching for a wicket or a dot like that was a good result in the end.
And I just feel through this discipline, and Sam's has been brilliant, Farwad has come to the party late in the piece, that you've probably shed about 20 runs in the run chase.
What's that?
I reckon you've been able to pull it back by about 20 runs with this disciplined bowling.
Yeah, definitely. I think the wicket of Ingram started that forwards over that went for 2, and then picking up the wicket of Ingram in Sam's, and then can't remember who bowled the over after that. But just trying to string 3 or 4 good overs in, you can peg them back to hopefully 180 here. We'll catch it.
Good shot. We'll leave you go, Greeny. Great stuff. Good to get that inside, isn't it, from a player who's just finished bowling 4 overs so well. Went for 18 with 10 dot balls.
Yeah. Well, also just how important it is that, you know, it was all strikers, you know, up until about the 12th over, and then the Thunder have fought back really well. So you're right. Like, instead of chasing a score of around about 200, it could be around about 180.
Well, that spell, if the Thunder manage to get up, if the Thunder do manage to get up, that little spell that Mr. Green bowls, I think could be the, you know, one of the main reasons why.
There's a dive in there. And and Sam's as well. There's been they've struggled together, haven't they, since 13 till about now. And the Manhattan really proved it. Those 2 low overs and a wicket in one of them.
It changes so quickly, doesn't it? Just 2 nice tight overs, 2 nice tight overs, and the whole complex of the whole sort of structure of the game's turned on its head.
And same in a run chase. If you're behind the 8 ball, that Renegades run chase here, in the strength of 2 overs going for nearly 20, they then knew they could get there. No doubt in that one.
Yeah, they were definitely looking at 200 at one stage there.
Well, unfortunately, Short hasn't been able to get going.
Too wide, isn't it?
Just hasn't been able to come out and hit them out of the middle.
No.
Well, that's what I mentioned when Short came out. He's, you know, just his first probably 10 deliveries. He's not one of those players that can just go out there and stripe it right from the word go. So, although he has been out there for nearly 20 deliveries, so you would think it's going to. He's got his eye in now and look to launch. He's trying to launch now, but launch in the last over coming up.
22 runs in the last 4 overs. Gets across the stumps just to try and open up the short boundary. It'll just be a single, so not the result he was after. We've got an over to go in the strikers' innings. It's 3 for 166.
Just 6 balls remaining for the Adelaide Strikers. Short 14, Lehman 2. Rainburn a lot better in his 3rd over there. None for 43. Been expensive compared to some of the other Thunder bowlers, though. Strikers, one stage looking 200. Reassessed to 180. Can they get to 175? 6 balls remaining.
What a treat, Tuffers, to see a ground where there aren't any vacant seats, and there's that famous scoreboard that once had Tufnell up there.
It did indeed.
I wonder if they've still got it back there. One of those famous names that they just don't erase. They normally just paint over them and go again for the next series.
Oh, don't say that.
Did you go in? You might have taken it home with you.
I would have done. I'd have given a few quid for it as well. I might pop round there afterwards, actually, see if it's still kicking about. Someone's made a coffee table out of it.
Yes, of course. Well, they're those from about 11, 12... Even 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's been terrific to see a turnaround, because it's been a lot harder night for the bowlers, and they've got to show all the variation. It's been a harder night for the captaincy as well. And now Sam's, who 3 overs has gone for 15. It's a big 6 balls.
Up in the air. Up in the air. Oh, what judgment. Don't you just hate it like that? 3 or 4 Thunder fielders converging on it, beautifully placed, and a big smile from Sam's as well. You just got to take them on the chin a little bit. Joe Root, first time we see Joe Root, really, or mentioned him.
Joe was on the trip.
Yeah, he was indeed. No, it was. I've just got a little stat in the air there. 106 for 1 after 10.
Yeah,
that just goes to show. 9 overs gone for 67. A couple of wickets. So
that's pulling it back, isn't it? And that's thinking on your feet, and that's why captaincy is furious in this form of the game, and quickly being able to change your tactics. And I can't help but think that while the bowler has to execute, they've really gone with the captain's way and the change of tactic.
Yeah.
Which was to keep mixing it up with different bowlers.
We had an over of Moses on Reeks from the strikers, and just listening to him during
from the
game.
Sixers.
From the Sixers, sorry, from the Sixers. And wow, I mean, just the things that were going through his mind. Should we do this? Should we go plan A, plan B? Is he in the right place? Unbelievable what the captains have to think. Bold.
Slow ball.
Yeah, nice and wide as well. You've got to really drag that, haven't you? You can't really hit that over the offside because you've got no momentum in the swing of the bat. So you've got to really reach for it. So it's difficult to get planted to give that a good smack.
And the thing that comes out of hearing the captain go to work is that you've got to be so committed to your plan for that ball. You can't be in a 50-50. You've got to know what you're trying to execute and then just go about doing it.
And this was when the game was over. The game was over. The game was done, and they were still trying to get wickets.
This should be out. It will be comfortable. It's gone in the air a fair way, but it is taken and short. That innings comes to an end. He was unable to really get himself going.
Yeah, no, 15 off of 21. Good safe pair of hands. Joe Root, 4 for 168. 3 balls left. Nice, comfortable catch by Joe.
Good to see him out here. He'll be leaving a tad early to go to the West Indies, but takes it nicely. Match short 15. It's 4 for 168.
Just the 3 balls remaining now. The strikers at 4 for 168. Short's gone for 15. Wells joins Lehman. Sams has got 2 for 17.
John A. Wells, he scored plenty of BBL runs, a strike rate just under 120. He's at the non-strikers end because of the high ball, so probably a good thing. Lehman's 3 from 7, but faced those tough deliveries from Green. And then he gets one just where he wants it. It's a mistake there from Sams, and he'll be kicking himself because he's been so good getting the 2 wickets, economical, and got that wrong.
Yeah, no, a bit unlucky that really. I mean, Lehman's done well to catch up with that. I mean, if he misses that, that's crashing into the base, a middle stump, just hopped across to the offside and got a thickish under edge. Found the gap for us. They need a few here.
Well, the strikers have suffered, haven't they? Just from one batsman short, not getting himself going. And he had to face some good bowling as well, but that's the fact that he was 15 from 22. It really does slow things down. That's the single. Thunder have very much got themselves back in here, and we're at about the scoreline of the last Adelaide fixture. There, the Renegades chased down about this total.
Yeah, and it's all about how you walk off, isn't it, after your innings? You know what I mean? Now the strikers will be walking off just going, oh, crikey, we just, you know, and
didn't quite do it.
Yeah, and the Thunder will be just bubbling a little bit, going, hey, well done, boys, pats on the back all round.
Right.
As you said, we shaved off 20 runs there. Come on, boys, let's go knock them off.
They totally have. They feel good for them. You're right. They'll take it in, and it's like we absolutely can chase these down, and they've got Josh Butler and Watson to start in these conditions.
Oh, looking forward to that.
We're looking forward to that opening partnership
already. Yeah, it's all about mindsets. So if he could just get a nice dot ball in here or go for 1 and 2, makes it even better. Then, you know, if they get hit to 4 or 6, it goes the other way.
That is the final ball. It runs down. They'll push hard for 2 and comfortably take the 2. So 175 they finish with the strikers. They will be a little bit disappointed with that, given they're on track for between 190, 200. But you have to give the accolade to Thunder and the tactics for the final 10 from that man there, Shane Watson, the skipper. And they've been able to shed about 20 runs. So it's 176 for victory. And the strikers on the back of Ingram's knot are able to get a handy total.
handy it is, but an innings of two halves, if that makes sense. The strikers getting off to a fabulous start with Carey and then Ingram flailing away to good effect, but they have definitely been dragged back to still a good score, clearly 175 for 4. We'll pick through it in just a couple of minutes.
I'm David Campese, ex-Wallaby winger. If anybody knows how to score a try, just come and see me. It's about speed, and as a winger, you need that little bit of magic. Like my goose step, the sidestep, the swerve, the chip and chase. The modern winger has picked up a lot from us old guys. There's a lot of little goose steps running around, and as you know, at BT Sport, we've got every position covered. Because we are rugby. Round 12 of the Gallagher Premiership, exclusively live on BT Sport.
The best men don't just look good on the outside. They take a good look inside. They let it out, hug it out. The best men aren't afraid of commitment, and they're always there when it counts. The best men make every challenge their Everest, but don't beat themselves up if they only make base camp. To the men who always give their best, we've given you our best quality blades for over 100 years, because what you're made of makes a difference. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Amazing pool, big top shows, family activities, unlimited goes. Find it all at Butlins. Book now for the best deals in our January sale at butlins.com.
This is Alan. He's an equity release advisor with Age Partnership, and he loves his job. Through rain or shine, he helps people access the money they've built up in their home. Alan gets to explain to homeowners over 55 how they can release tax-free money from their home, how they would not have to repay the money until they passed away or moved into long-term care, and how they would clear any existing mortgage. Alan compares the whole market to get his customers the best deal. Speak to Age Partnership, the UK's #1 equity release advisor, to request your free guide on 0880 555 888, or use our equity release calculator at agepartnership.co.uk.
Hello, Michael. You look concerned.
I am. Your warranty's run out.
Don't worry, Michael. I've been smart and extended my warranty with Motor Easy.
You did?
Yes, with Motor Easy's extended warranties, there'll be no unexpected garage bills or hassle. We're even covered for failures due to wear and tear, and they'll pick me up from home or work, all from just £20 a month.
If you got much smarter, you won't need me anymore.
It had crossed my mind, Michael. Discover the smart way to warranty your car at motoreasy.com.
Insure your mobile with protectourbubble.com.
If it's worth protecting, bubble it.
This year on BT Sport, in Europe, the big dogs are hungry. These girls have got game, and this old thing's been the real deal since 1878. The king is back, and Tyson wants world titles. He's got 7 of them. Over in Glasgow, Stevie has big plans, and these boys have rugby on the brain. Pep City are eyeing 2 in the bounce, and everyone else is chasing it. That's this year on BT Sport.
Sunshine, come away some of my precious time. Sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine? Won't you be my sunshine? Come away some of my precious time. Your sweet smile is always on my mind. Won't you be my sunshine?
Welcome back. The Adelaide Oval then has seen some big hitting already from the home side, hoping to beat the Thunder and progress up the Big Bash ladder. Let's pick through the important knocks, not least the opener, Alex Carey, who's been significant once again for the defending champions, as they are, the Adelaide Strikers. He and Jake Weatherald often provide the platform, and so it was today, certainly for Carey. Excellent knock for him of 59 from 40 deliveries. took full advantage of perhaps some slightly loose bowling in the first part of the 20 overs that they faced, the Adelaide strikers. 9 fours and 1 6 in Carey's 59. Really offering much to the bowlers in terms of chances. That's his solitary 6. Sweetly timed, good switch hitting at times as well. And although he perished, as you can see, off the bowling of Sams to 59, his job done well, setting the platform 108 for 2 at that point. In fact, they've been 106 for 1 after just 10 of their 20 overs, so you'd have thought they were well on track for 200 plus. And that was even more the case as skipper Colin Ingram, who'd come in for Jake Weatherald, also made hay while the sun shone in South Australia. Fine array of shots for Ingram, the Eastern Province players, now play T20 cricket all around the world, and is very good value. Pretty much the shot of the innings, that one, picked up from well outside off stump and deposited on the leg side for 6. That said, he could have gone on 44. Sanger has him and then spills him, and that cost both he and John O'Cook, because he then proceeded to knock the bowler for 3 6s in that same over when he'd been dropped. So he could have gone for 44, ended up going on to 75 from 43 before eventually sending one up into the sky, but that one was taken off Fawad Ahmed. 3 4s and 4 6s in Ingram's 75. But pegged back really the strikers to 175 for 4, and thus the Thunder with Butler, Watson, Root et al. Will chase 176 at 8.8 to win at the Oval, and we'll see that chase next.
So excited about the FA Cup. I wouldn't mind if we get knocked out. Concentrate on the league.
No.
So we'll be phasing out our fixed office worker across European business. Any questions? Not about the tie.
Shore leave, and we become landlubbers again. Losing ourselves in the streets of Pisa, Rome and Monte Carlo. Living the life of Riley. After a hard day relaxing, it's back home for dinner. Let's face it, those glazed scallops aren't going to eat themselves.
7-night holidays from $7.99 per person, with £140 per cabin to spend on board. P&O Cruises.
This is the life.
At or protected.
What a trade price that is!
Really looks to business.
What a van, what a van, what a van. Lisa Vanarama van.
Only around 90 wild Amur leopards remain. That's why we urgently need you to adopt an Amur leopard with WWF. Your special adoption pack shows you the vital work you help make possible. We'll even send you an adorable cuddly toy leopard. Plus, exciting photos, posters and updates throughout the year. Adoption costs just £3 a month, so please call 0800 038 1920 or search WWF Leopard today.
At CarWow, you'll find the right car from the right dealer at the right price. And buyers save on average £3,600. Go to carwow.com now.
Insure your mobile with protectourbubble.com.
If it's worth protecting, bubble it.
It is not the critic who counts. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement.
The best men don't just look good on the outside. They take a good look inside. They let it out, hug it out. The best men aren't afraid of commitment, and they're always there when it counts. The best men make every challenge their Everest, but don't beat themselves up if they only make base camp. To the men who always give their best, we've given you our best quality blades for over 100 years. Because what you're made of makes a difference. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Big Bash cricket from down under. Bringing the heat this winter. We are set for the Big Bash. The women are back with more blistering runs and blazing sixes. This is what we came for. And don't forget the couple of England's hottest stars joining us this season.
Oh, there you go. That's the way to get into that.
And still with all the spark you'd expect from Big Bash cricket. Oh, I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it. Warming up the window with Big Bash cricket live on BT Sport.
Stamford Bridge is full and expectant for a game with big implications at both ends of the table. Hazard! And then Kante coming in! Oh! Scores for Chelsea! And it's the perfect start for Newcastle. And the lead at Stamford Bridge bursts into life.
Sun setting over the Adelaide Oval, but the Big Bash competitions roll on into the new year. Plenty more action coming your way. Double helping tomorrow on New Year's Day, the Heat and the Sixers. So Moses Enrique Sixers up against Brendan McCullum and Chris Lynn with the Heat. That from 3:45 tomorrow morning on 2, followed by the Melbourne Derby, the Stars and the Renegades. That should be a cracker from 8, both of those on New Year's Day. Then on Wednesday we're back with 2 more games. First from the WBBL, the Thunder and the Sixers. That's of course a Sydney Derby. Wednesday 3:45 AM on 2 for that one. The Thunder and the Scorchers complete the Wednesday story. That of course in the BBL. Wednesday from 8, so another chance to see Butler, Root and so on. And the Women's Big Bash returns then on Thursday 3:45 for the Renegades and the Hurricanes. All those matches on 2 HD. Should see Joe Root in a wee while. Generally it's Shane Watson and Joss Butler that open for the Thunder as they chase 176. Root's got in and got out in each of his 3 innings thus far, each of them to spin. Had made 18 against the Stars before he sent one up into the sky. Similar story really, having got in. He made 9 against the Sixers. Couldn't go on. Reaching for balls outside off on at least a couple of occasions. That one certainly against the Hurricanes did for him on 17. So you can see the irritation, the frustration from Joe. Would love to establish himself more in the Big Bash. May get his chance today, we shall see. The Adelaide Oval pretty much full to capacity, as we saw. 40,000 plus certainly in South Australia on New Year's Eve. They're not far away of course from the turn of the year, but there's hopefully some exciting cricket to come before that happens. The Thunder chasing what at one stage looked like a target likely to be north of 200 is in fact 176 at 8.8. This is a nice touch. Saw this before the start of play. It's happening again here with the mid-innings and the re-emergence of the strikers into the field. A little exchange of caps and conversation with the mascots. Big Bash keen and I think successful in finding new ways to keep the crowd and the youngsters involved. Here they come then. Looks for all the world like it is Watson and Butler, doubtable opening pair for the Thunder. Let's see how they get on. Rashid Khan, I've mentioned earlier, does play and will feature despite the death of his father, very sadly, just yesterday. Elected to stay in Adelaide and take part in tonight's match. Let's go back then to your commentators for this innings and the run chase. Michael Slater, Greg Blewett and Phil Tufnell.
It's going to be a special evening. Strikers 4 for 175. They did win the toss, elected to bat and put the pace on. We thought they were going to get between 190 and 200, but the Thunder, through some terrific bowling from Green, Sams, Fawad Ahmed, were able to slow things down. So it's 176 thereafter. And it's going to be Jake Lehman with the new ball. So this is very interesting indeed. Joss Butler He's amassed 504 runs in his BBL career. He is on song this year, that's for sure. And I think his T20 career strike rate is around 150. And so Jake Lehman will feel the pressure. Oh. And Shane Watson is not a bad opening partner to have with Butler as well. Probably not as nimble between the wickets, Greg Blewett, Phil Tufnell, as he used to be, but it's a mighty combination.
I don't think he's necessarily looking for quick singles, is he anymore?
No, he doesn't anymore.
Cool, he's got away with a couple there, Lehman. Long op, and then a full flop.
I've just made my way back up from the ground, and I heard Michael Slater saying Jake Lehman's just about to bowl the first delivery on the
trick stuff.
Thought you were... Yeah, amazing. I'm not even sure whether he bowled 1 over last year in the Big Bash, so...
That's an interesting
2
tactic,
overs,
do you think?
2 overs last year, yeah.
2 overs.
Well, sometimes you just have a little feel for something, don't you? You just think to yourself, well, why not? Let's have a little go. Sometimes it comes off.
Well, I'd say he got the skipper out in the nets a couple of times yesterday. Just gets him in there. Hey, this guy can bowl. That was always the case, wasn't it?
Well, Matt Short's the other one that they'd probably use with a new ball, but being 2 right-handers, they've gone with Lehman, just trying to turn it away.
Or just to sneak one under the radar, just to let their boys have a little think. Well,
that's it.
Yeah, try and strangle one.
And the men in the deep, 2 men out in the power play, deep mid-wicket, long on. See that often, and Watson, he does like to go down the ground. So does Butler. They play really good lines, like hitting to the sight screens. Watson doesn't mind a pull shot or a sweep to the spinners.
That was his best delivery, that last one. Was on a nice length. I reckon he'd be very happy with his first 4 deliveries.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what he likes to do, and he's absolutely nailed it. Shane Watson opens his account with a beautiful lofted straight drive.
Just a flick, really. Just a flick, wasn't it? No real sort of attack on the ball, just in the slot, just to get that big front dog down. Just follow through with the arms, on the hands and the arms.
Just missed his length a fraction. It was just a little bit fuller than he wanted it.
Good extension.
Yeah.
It was a good movement to the ball.
Oh,
don't bowl there.
No.
Do not bowl there.
Right. We've had a look at you now.
1 over. It's gone for 11.
The first over and a terrific start by the Sydney Thunder. So none for 11 with Shane Watson with a 4 followed by a 6. So he moves to 10 off his 4 deliveries, and Joss Butler just the 1.
So got the short one. He went down the ground the ball before, and then Lehman, Cardinal sin. He then went short, and Watson just as powerful, square of the wicket. So Nisa. It'll be pretty handy if he could break through early. Let's send one of these 2 back into the pavilion, because if they get going together, they could knock off 80 very quickly. Required rate from here is just above 8.5.
Game on.
Game on.
Deep square leg and deep point. And the 2 fielders out.
Gets those hands through. Jake Lehman is mic'd up for us. There's a lot of pressure that first over, Jake.
Oh, yeah, something a little bit different. 2 right-handers, so if I didn't get hit for 6 off the last ball, it actually would have been all right.
I was going to say, you were going fine until that last delivery.
Yeah,
just dragged it down a bit.
Yeah, I just got a little bit nervous after he bopped me over my head, didn't I?
Hey, Jake, how much notice did they give you before you knew you were bowling?
No, we've just been trying to get an extra over out of someone in the power play, and I've been practicing a little bit, but yeah, it's just one of those things. Because there's 2 right-handers, it's a good option if you can get 1 over out of the way.
I reckon you might turn him more than the old man.
I didn't even try and turn one tonight.
Through.
And runs away. Doesn't quite get there, or does it?
Oh, fielded.
Good effort, but it just rolls in. it's going to be a hard one to defend. They did well with their bowling towards the end, Jake.
Yeah, we just it's a wicket we used last game. So once this new ball's gone off, slow balls in the wicket are going to be very effective, I reckon.
And Jake, Colin Ingram, good to see him get going.
Yeah, mate, he's a fantastic player. So it was bound to happen at some point during this tournament. So hopefully he can continue that.
Well done, mate. We'll leave you to it.
Ta.
I think that might be 4. He's almost headbutted the old sponge there.
Yeah, definitely 4. 15 off 1.3 overs.
Oh, get over. Yeah.
It's uncanny how well he times it.
Sorry, I was just going for my boy there. Just going for my fella. Bluey's give me a little look. Give me a little look. If looks could kill. Little shimmy down the pitch. Oh, yeah, right in the middle of the bat. No, didn't overhit it at all. Stayed with it. He's a dangerous player,
it's
Josh.
Butler's hands, and you watch him warm up, and he's got this routine that he does that's just thrashing the hands through a ball. It's
hits
quite
it 360. Hits it 360 as well. We were talking about Colin Ingram's wrists, weren't we? You know what I mean? He's got exactly the same. They must be sort of like made of wire or something, because he can just flip them and, you know, over the head and all round the place. Hits it 360. Very, very difficult as a bowler. You can sort of like say, like, let's bowl full and wide outside the off stump. He can hop across and hit it leg side as well.
Spinach.
Yeah, it's difficult. Spin early on, perhaps.
He's getting across it too.
Yeah, he just likes that little shimmy down as well.
So that's 2 overs, and they've gone at 10, so no wicket for 20.
William Hill customers are enjoying bet boosts on their ACCAs. And now the boosts are even bigger. Choose the ACCAs that you want to boost and get better odds and more returns on your winners. Bet boosts are available every day, online and on mobile. All you need to do is create an ACCA with 3 or more selections, hit boost in your bet slip, and you're away. More control, more value, more to celebrate. William Hill. This is more.
Were able to beat the Strikers in the WBBL the game before, so they used the same pitch as the men do. Elise Perry, what a season she is having. And Elisa Healy, we missed out today, but yeah, the Sixers have got this amazing team and seem to be a long way ahead of everyone else, and the Thunder just below them. So Sydney dominating at the moment. Tuffers, what are you doing?
A little pie.
Phil Tufnell, our scorer, brought a pie up during the break, and Tuffers liked the smell of it and the look at it.
It's the first pie I've had since I've been in Australia.
Well, it's...
You can hear the crackling, coming through.
Sorry, mate, sorry.
The crackling's coming through the live mic, Tuffers.
I couldn't resist. Sorry, boy. It's a lovely pie.
They make good pies here in South Australia. Take it out of the road.
Yeah, well.
Here's big Billy Stanlake. And is going to fall safe here. It's gone so high. It has travelled. That is using the pace.
We've got to get the hang time on that one, Slats. That stayed up there for a long time, and Billy Stanlake into the attack. He was sitting back. He probably knows that Stanlake's generally going to hit the track a lot, and he goes right back on his stumps. That was more of a top edge, but geez, that went high.
It just kept going and going. That is phenomenal.
Is that with the wind? Was that with the wind?
Well, they're saying that's against the wind.
Really?
That side. And that's the long boundary.
Shows the power of the fella.
That would have gone in the top tier of the other side. Oh, his hands whipping to the onside even there. That's gone to fine leg. Really worked across.
One of the best in the business for me at the moment.
He is.
Yeah, in T20 and 50 over as well. And making a real claim to fame in Test match cricket as well. Being brought back into all forms of the game. Here comes the hang time.
Yeah, we had one earlier, 4.93 seconds.
Oh, it's got the 5 up.
Yep.
And if you are under that as a fielder, that's just too long to think about it, isn't it? Anything over 5. Mind games.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, lost it in the lights. Can't see.
Unless it's Phil Tufnell in the deep.
Wow, there you go. Catch it in my back pocket.
So Shane Watson, you'll notice he'll get through more down the ground. Whereas Butler is these wrists that will work it to both sides, but at the moment sort of flicking comfortably to the on. They're two different styles, but I think both styles allow them to get going because they don't take on too much risk.
It's a daunting prospect as well, isn't it, as a fielding time when you see these two fellas walking the pitch. You are thinking to yourself, crikey, we have got to get a breakthrough here early, otherwise we're going to be under the cosh.
Well, there's about a second slip in play as a catcher. And that's Watson through and through. Good forward step.
Well, he's comfortably into the 140s. That one was 144. The previous one, 148 slat. So that's good pace. And he's been brought into the attack to try and get the breakthrough. That's what he is. You talk about strike bowlers, toughers, and that's exactly what Billy Stanlake is. And in all of the games so far this season, he's been able to get a breakthrough in the power play.
Yeah, you've got to have him in 2020. It's not necessarily just about, you know, how many runs you go for, or runs per over and what have you. Wickets just knock the stuffing out of a run chase.
Yeah, he's got 5 wickets so far in this BBL. And another good stat, 50% of his balls are dot balls. That's the end of the third, and they're going at 10s again. No wicket for 30.
So the Sydney Thunder continue on at 10 per over. It's a super start. None for 30 after 3. Butler 19. Watson's away as well off 11. And they've done a great job to take 10 off Billy Stanlake's first over. 146 off 102, the equation for the Thunder.
It's a carpet-like outfield here, always has been, and the Thunder, you've got batting that goes very deep. Ferguson, it's been around for a long time, comes from Adelaide.
Yes.
So Peter Siddle, who is, well, he eats a lot of bananas, and Greg Blewett has got his banana ready to go up here.
Well, I'm just
bit of sustenance.
ready to go in between overs.
Oh, bowling. Oh, a little bit of carry.
He'll be pumped up, won't he, Pete? Because he's been part of this test squad. He's not going to break in without injury because of the nature of the Australian bowling attack in international stuff. But he's been bowling so well this year, but his practice has been on. But he's been on for long form, and now he's got to come back to these 4 overs in T20. But he's the absolute professional.
But he did that beautifully in the first game up in Brisbane, Slat. Same situation. He came back from the test squad and he slotted in and played the first game for the Strikers and did beautifully. He only bowled 2 overs, but what he did was very, very good. And I'll tell you what, last year, Slats, we got him, or sorry, I should say the Strikers got Peter Siddle over a lot for his experience, but hadn't played a lot of T20 cricket, and he wouldn't like to see a replay of that. That wasn't the most difficult of catches.
It was only a couple of days ago too. He was only on for an over.
Yep. I know, he was distraught.
Yeah.
But that's what he's been very good at, that Yorker, and he's developed a couple of slower balls as well. So last year, I reckon he was their biggest surprise packet.
Bags of experience, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he hadn't played a lot of T20 cricket. He was sort of seen as a first-class bowler, and of course he played white ball cricket, for 50-over cricket for Australia, but never really thought of it much as a T20 bowler, and I thought he was absolutely brilliant last year.
Well, 34, he's played 41 T20 games, which is, at 34, you could have played 250.
Yeah, but you kind of know your way around your action, don't you? And you know your way where the ball's going, don't you? You know? Been around the block a bit.
But I think that point Blue made about the variation, because he was a bit samey in terms of pace, but it's the slow balls, isn't it? It's the variation.
Well, the slow balls plus the Yorker. He was nailing his Yorkers 90% of the time.
And if you've got that up your sleeve, you can always start messing around with slow balls, can't you? Just to see what happens, you know what I mean? But you've got to have that. You know, if you've got 90% Yorker rate, you're in business, aren't you? Boom, there you go, well bowled.
That's right. He can set up to that. I mean, he could hit a gap, but that's good bowling in the field.
And this is what he did last season. He's now bowled 5. These 2 players are more or less in, and 2 very good players, Josh Butler and Shane Watson, and he's gone for 1 off this over.
I think sometimes people just forget how good the Yorker is, you know. Everyone's got these funky deliveries.
And it doesn't matter how Green showed that as well.
Yeah.
finally gets one away. It was a length, so he just strayed a little bit shorter, and that's all that Butler needed. So he races to 23, end of the fourth. No wicket for 35.
Join Bet365 and discover the power of the world's favourite online betting company. Instant match updates, in-depth analysis, live stream. The Bet365 app is so advanced, it will blow your mind. Now please, gamble responsibly.
Overs gone, none for 35, so a really good start to this run chase by the Thunder. Butler's been the most impressive so far, 23 off 14. Shane Watson 12 off his 10. Sixes already to both, are both powerful players. And Ben Laughlin's been asked to bowl in the power play, something he doesn't normally do. He normally bowls the 7th over. So, you got to
top bowler.
Got to put your microphone down.
Talking to him.
Oh,
there's a man there. One bounce.
Good bowler though, isn't he?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. No, that is the fella with all the change-ups and everything, isn't it? Bowls a great slower ball, doesn't he?
Yep. Yeah. Actually, you'll like it, Tuffers, because he gets so much rev on his slow ball that it actually drifts away from the right-hander.
Bit of dip.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
Bit worried about you, these final 20 overs stuff. Just looks like concentration might have wavered slightly. Come on.
I'm in the mood. Out. Oh, I thought he'd nicked that. I thought that was a beautiful delivery just outside off stump.
Well, it was a beautiful delivery.
I thought he just got a little top edge on that. Little bit of carry under the lights. One from Peter Siddle just hurried through a little bit, didn't he, to the keeper as well.
All right, quicken up a bit.
Very good pitch. Very good pitch.
Yeah.
It's good to see some pace and carry with the new ball. It will slow up as it wears a bit.
Not out.
What was in that pie?
It's a beauty. Bit of sauce next time might sort me out.
Sneaking it in, he is blue.
Yeah.
He got rid of the wrapper.
Need a bit of lining for tonight.
Yeah, last day of 2018.
Yes.
It'll be a big win for Thunder. They need to get back in that winning circle. As you always say, though, you've got to make that home ground. You've got to win most of your home games, and that's what you guys, the Strikers, did last year.
Strikers have been very good, especially, I'm not sure how many New Year's Eve games that the Strikers have played, but they haven't lost one, so they've turned this night into a real celebration for Adelaide. But they've got their work cut out for them tonight. That 175 is just par. That is right on par.
Yeah.
This one slows it down as well. So the last 2 overs have been good. 5 from Siddler. Lachlan has only gone for 1.
And it's probably stating the obvious, Tuffers, but it's going to come down to how well they play Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
So Adelaide, not sure whether he's going to bowl the next one, but they're holding him back.
Yeah. And obviously he's playing with that heavy heart. His father passed away yesterday, so he's stayed on the back of a message from his mother saying your dad would want you to play.
What a great effort.
And he's probably going to, I'd say he'll fly out tomorrow back home.
Shot.
Picks the man out, but a strong stroke there from Watson.
It's not a bad length, that really, either, is it? It's 0 for 38 off a 5.
Sandeep, the young Nepalese bowler, is on fire. And the Stars will be looking for him to do something special tomorrow night. It is a derby at the MCG. BigBash.com.au. There are tickets available. And a perfect way to spend New Year's Day.
Young leggies everywhere, Slats.
Certainly are. Back live. Oh, Siddle.
No way.
That's the big full toss going. Has it been called?
Nope.
No.
Oh, it's got to be close.
Deemed to be under the waist.
Oh.
He's lucky to get away with that.
Right on.
How big's his waist? I know he's put a bit on lately.
Hey. I saw him the other day in Hobart. And he goes, no, I'm all right. I'm happy.
Who said that? Sids?
No, Watto.
Oh, Watto.
Shane Watson.
That looked, well, I think he might have got away with one there. Looked above the waist.
Yeah, it was borderline, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So this partnership, final over the power play 239. I don't know what the strikers were saying last year, Blue, but you're sort of anywhere over 40, 45 would be deemed a good power play. Maximum 1 wicket down.
Yeah.
Give or take.
45, 50.
Yeah.
Oh, it's out. It's up in the air. Up in the air. Got him. Big breakthrough for the strikers. Butler goes. One shot too many. There goes my gutsy call.
Well, that is a massive wicket. And as we were saying, Peter Siddle has just been so good for the strikers last year. And again this year, he's doing the business. Bowled an economical first over. And Josh Butler wanting that shorter side. And in the end, not a bad catch. It was getting away from Matt Short, but held his nerve. And Josh Butler is on his way for 23, 1 for 39.
It's danger out there, you see.
Ensure you're mobile against theft, accidental or water damage with protectyourbubble.com.
Bubble it. Look who's back in the game. Will Ferrell is Sherlock. You brain-dead bag of bones! Wow. Holmes and Watson.
Amazing pool, big top shows, family activities, unlimited goes. Find it all at Butlins. Book now for the best deals in our January sale at butlins.com.
Ferguson out there. Knows this ground pretty well. And comes from Adelaide. Played for South Australia for a long, long time. You're feeling comfortable. Probably got to remind himself, actually, the crowd aren't on his side tonight.
Yeah, well, we see that a lot now, don't we? A lot of players moving around, and a lot of them like it too, I think. You know, instead of spending the whole year, they get to spend, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, in a different part of Australia. A lot of the Adelaide boys are playing for the Renegades, so they get to spend some time in Melbourne. Fergie here spending some time in Sydney. So just something to, freshen them up a little bit.
Were you a one-club man?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Well, it was easy to be an hour ago. It was simple.
Just play for New South Wales, didn't you play for?
Yes.
Yeah, all your career.
Yep.
No, me too.
Yeah, well, it wasn't franchise cricket.
No.
But you see that with the world over, the IPL, TPL.
Yeah.
These guys, we only take 2 overseas in the BBL, but the IPL is 4, and everyone knows everyone. And it's incredible. And there's, I don't know how many franchises Maxwell or Finch would have played for now, but it'd be 2 or 3. You get to play with a lot of...
Shot, boy.
That is a fantastic stroke from Watson. That's Watson at his best.
Oh, straight down the middle. Slightly over pitch, as you say. Once again, that big front foot coming down the pitch and just popped it straight over his head.
And another good indication of how good this pitch is, just sliding onto the bat. And as you said, Tuffers just through the line of the ball, one bounce over the rope. So Shane Watson on to 21 ball left of the power play, 1 for 45. So strikers 1 for 52 with 1 delivery left. And I reckon Ingram hit a 4 off the last ball of the power play.
56 they finished with.
Got memory. Good memory, Greg.
So solid power play anyway. They're certainly on track in the run chase. 6 done. 1 for 46.
Oh, nice. Free bet. What do you reckon?
No brainer, mate. No brainer, mate.
Nobody no-brainers the hunch. Free bet time.
Brain cells, go!
Bookings.
3.2, much average. I like it.
Both teams to score.
78% chance. Now we're talking.
Corners.
10.5 per game.
No team beginning with C has ever beaten.
I'll take it from here. Look and learn.
Heed your hunch with Betway's Free Bet Club. Put £25 on multiples for £10 in weekly free bets.
For Thunder, there's 130 from 84, which is 9.29. And the comparison at this point is a 10-run differential. So 1 for 56, as Greg Blewett said. It's where the strikers were, and Thunder 1 for 46. But it's the swirling of the arm indicating end of power play. Billy Stanlake now has a few more fielders in the deep if he wants them.
It's going to be nip and tuck, isn't it? It's going to be nip and tuck.
Yeah, it's just got that feel
Set
to it.
for a close one, aren't we?
It's got that feel to it.
Yep. Rashid Khan, I feel, will definitely bowl the next over, Slats.
How good was your gutsy call about him?
What's
the other night?
Oh, yeah.
Rashid Khan wouldn't take a wicket.
Oh, no. Well, I didn't want that to happen, but I just had a...
How many runs did he go for? He didn't go for many.
No, he didn't go for many
9
runs. Didn't go for many runs, but no wickets. Yeah, and they give him that responsibility as well. So he'll bowl from that far end, the scoreboard end, and sort of invite the right-handers to try and swipe him away to the shortest boundary out towards the members. So if they can get 4 overs that end, and he bowls them reasonably economically, that'll go a long way to winning the game, you feel.
What's the shot, you boys? Let's just have a look at this.
That's out. Oh,
I told you, there's a little nick in my one. I heard that.
I
didn't hear anything.
I heard a flick there.
I heard it off.
Let's see if we hear it again.
There you go.
Did you hear that? Was like a
I
whip.
heard something then.
Yeah.
Listen.
Might be the creaky handle.
Creaky handle. Squeaky boots.
I swear that was an edge. That was a big flick. Obviously not. We're hearing something.
Hearing edges in your old age. Oh, that sounded all right.
Nicely played. That's Ferguson. Just giving himself a little bit of room. And he got the short one. He got that length that he wanted to play that shot, given he'd backed off it a little bit.
Sorry, just going back to the Rashid Khan scenario. You two boys smash it about for fun. Where's your areas you'd be looking to hit him? How are you looking to hit him?
The problem is, and that's exactly right,
Yeah.
the problem is if you don't know which way it's spinning, it makes it really hard to try and do anything decent against him. And I think that's the problem. No one can really pick him.
No one's ready.
Unless you know which way it's spinning.
And his line for the wrong un is even straighter than the leg spinner. Nicely played again. Fergus just using the pace and gets back-to-back boundaries.
Yeah, predominantly an offside player, Ferguson. He definitely can score through the onside as well, but already you've seen he's a lot happier to carve it out through the offside. And that on that occasion, he basically went back in his crease and let it run off. Well, it was a thickish outside edge, but you could see he was trying to get that down the third man.
Yeah, guided it down.
He looks busy, though. He's willing to take on a little bit of risk with that shot before it, just premeditating a length from Billy Stanlake, and he got it.
He looks an offside Ollie.
He likes the offside.
Yeah, not a leg side, Lenny.
Well, he went across his stumps that time, and he was luckily hit it because it would have been close to LBW.
Thought the going back to Rashid Khan, Navi, the way Navi played him, and there was a challenge on there to Afghanistan players, but Navi went downtown early and was almost he's the only guy that I've seen that looks like maybe all the net practice or something he can sort of pick the wrong.
But it was only one shot, Slats. He got him down the ground and then he hardly scored off him apart from that.
Yeah, good point.
Shot again.
6. Wow, that has skimmed the crowd and it's gone at pace. Finishes the 7th. 1 for 61.
Oh, what a cracking shot by Callum Ferguson into the crowd. For 6, he moves to 15 off just 6 deliveries. Could he be the X factor tonight? 1 for 61 off 7, 115 runs off 78. The equation for the Sydney Thunder.
Well, Big Bash mobile game. Download it for free. And then you can update your app today as well, as soon as they bring that update out. But it's the Big Bash Cricket mobile game. And there'll be so many kids playing it. And my little fella will be downloading that the moment he knows it's out.
You love your apps, Slats, don't you?
Well, my little bloke could be playing it now, I reckon.
All over that?
All over it. But Nisa, this is his second over. The first one went for 9. And Watson very much in control. Watson has got starts in all of his innings. He's got about 20 every time he's batted, and he's there again.
Yeah, and they're holding Khan back, aren't they? I thought he would have bowled by now into the 8th over.
The other element with Khan throughout the BBL, Tuffers, and if he goes home, I don't know how long he'll be home for after the passing of his dad, but there is such respect, and I think all sides now are probably taking him on, not losing wickets to him. So his wicket-taking ability might become harder because sides will just be getting through his overs and looking to score against the other guys.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to Darcy Short the other night, just saying when the spinners are on, I'm going to look and just milk them. Look to get 1s and 2s, pick up 5 or 6 and over, and they've got to bowl the seamers at some stage, and I'm going to put them out put them in the bush.
I reckon that's taken his. That's just taking his ego out of the game too, Tuffers. He realises that his strength isn't against the spin, and he's got to push him around a little bit more. He did, I think, hits one of the spinners down the ground for 6 that night, but.
But I mean, there comes a time though when, you know, when let's say the strikers get a decent score, that you can't just knock him around for 4 or 5 and over. You know, he's got to go for some as well.
Yeah, it's that fine line, isn't it? It's not trying to do anything too stupid, but you've still got to be looking to score. I mean, the mode of all batsmen in this form is to look to score, but you're not taking on too much risk.
Little top hand cross court.
Yeah, well, he's brought that back, Federer style, just to get it to the man in the deep.
Done him slightly with the slower ball there.
Who are you backing from here, Slats? Who do you like?
I like Thunder. I think they're batting runs deep, but it's also got that feeling that it's going to come down to the last over, maybe even the final ball. Just has that feel tonight. It's that sort of total, isn't it? And there'll be ebbs and flows. There'll be Watson might hit another gear soon, and then they might be able to pull it back a little bit, the strikers.
We've got the man coming in next. Route 66.
Looking for runs too, isn't he?
He hasn't done much so far.
Well, what a great time to start. Got a good pitch in front of him.
No, he's a good player. He's going to come good at some stage.
He's loving it too. We had a chat with him before the game. He's loving it here.
Why wouldn't you?
Hasn't quite got hold of that, Watson, but
Susie
come back for 2.
The brace.
So that's 8 overs done. Got there quickly, 1 for 67.
BetUK.com. Whatever the game, it's odds on, we've got it covered. Your game, your way. And right now we're giving you a £5 free bet too. For the ultimate in sports betting. Wherever you are, whatever you want to play. Hit the target, BetUK.com.
Coming in over the Cathedral.
Airbus 360.
Don't see too 360.
Do they have an Airbus 360? I know they have a 330 and the 380. I'm not sure about a 360 as Rashid Khan comes into the attack. And our thoughts with this young man. But he will be as dedicated and as focused. He might even be the best he's ever been.
Yeah.
What about the average and the economy rate?
It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, a special talent. This is the game breaker for me, as you said. How they go about trying to. Are they going to milk him? Are they going to try and attack him? Is he going to get wickets? Whichever way, it's how his 4 overs go when you want to get quite a big total.
Well, he's going to have the slip in play. Yeah, he's 4 overs last game, no wicket, but he went for 9.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that's winning you a match.
Yeah.
You can get 3 for 25 or 9 for 9.
Ooh, full pill. Missed out on that one.
I don't mind it fully from him.
No.
But I find it interesting. Those pitch map always suggest that the wrong one are the straighter deliveries, and the leggy's a little bit wider, but they're all the dot balls. There's not many scoring. Yeah, that's the blue ball, the runs from it, but he's so accurate. Just changes a little bit of pace and length.
Difficult to play him off the back foot. You're not going back on the back foot with any conviction, are you, really? You're kind of like, oh, crikey, have I judged this one right? Is it going to skid? Is it going to be the wrong one? What's it going to do? You never got time, like that forward Ahmed. Loads of time the boys had to cut him away, didn't you? Don't see this boy getting cut too much.
No.
We're going to hear some whistling and banging very shortly because we're only a minute or two away from fireworks here in Adelaide.
It just goes up a gear when it comes on, doesn't it? On the edge of the seat, this crowd.
Yeah, there's certain players, and the home crowd very fortunate to have this man playing for them. There's those special players that can change it very quickly.
It's like good velocity, isn't it? You know, it goes down just at a really kind of crisp pace, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he scrambles the seam on all his deliveries.
Ooh.
And that's the dead giveaway, Tuffers. If you're not necessarily picking them, when in doubt, sweep.
Get the broom out.
There we go, Tuffers.
Oh, there we are.
You would have seen fireworks in our country on some of the tours you've been on.
Always. Yeah, always had a little wander about.
Sydney?
Yeah, bit down there by the harbour.
It was always the New Year's test.
Yeah. Shot.
Yeah, that was one of the great things about playing that test match, wasn't it, Slats? Being able to, and we used to stay right on the harbour a lot too, and
manager's room.
Yeah, be in the manager's room and be right on top of the bridge.
So that is directly behind the ground. So we're in a stand facing the opposite way.
What time is it? It's a bit early.
These are the early ones for the kids, so they can.
Ah, what a good idea.
Yeah, and they're normally the longest. That's 9 overs done, 1 for 72.
So Rashid Khan with his very first over. It's wicketless, but only 5 taken off it. So 104 to 6 of 66. The equation for the Sydney Thunder. Ferguson 20, Watson 28 has settled. 1 for 72 after 9 overs.
Khan, there it is, and there the fireworks. That's what he can produce with that ball in hand.
Well, there's some goodies there.
Well, they'll go on forever.
Yeah.
Tuffers.
Will they?
Oh, yeah.
Bit of the smoke drifting in now to the oval.
Yeah.
They want a high ball now. So here's Neser into his 3rd. He's bowled well. Economy rate 7.5, which is handy because they need about 9.5 here from the Thunder.
Yeah, they don't want that rate just to start creeping up.
Who do you fancy, Bluey?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's really.
Go on.
No,
go on.
Well, if I say strikers, everyone's going, oh, yeah, okay.
No, you can say strikers. I know you're not biased.
No, I think the strikers are. With 3 more overs from Rashid.
Take it.
I think the strikers.
Wide.
Take your blue headband off and give us a prediction what you fancy. Oh, look, that's a bit of you. Look at that.
There we go.
Yeah.
You're not biased at all. There's
It's just getting a bit hot up here. I need something for the brow.
looks like you're off to Zumba.
Zumba, is it?
Oh, is it Zumba?
Is that the dancing class?
Yeah.
Oh, that's high in the air. I think that's got enough on it too. Or has it? Oh, we've seen some brilliance.
Is that out?
Has he
We've
done it?
seen some brilliance.
Wow.
He's done it. Jake Lehman was the one who was the perfect team man, and that is outstanding.
Well, I think they're going to check this. Shane Watson's walking off. Jake Weatherald is the fielder coming around right on top of the rope. Now, does he make contact?
Oh, his foot might be down.
Did he get rid of the ball before his foot touched the ground? Let's have a look.
And down now.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. God,
jeez, that is a great piece of work, that. The modern fielding, I mean, there are catches that go down still, but some of this work is just brilliant. Look at that.
Yeah, brilliant. Beautiful bit of timing as well.
Good team fielding. Jake Lehman's, well, he's not sure, but he looks behind at Jake Weatherall, but great team fielding, and that is another big breakthrough.
And Lehman gets the catch after all that effort.
Yeah, I'll have that one.
That's right. Oh, Jake, how good was that? Well done.
Oh, yeah, he's been involved in a couple of those with us, so look at him, he absolutely loves it.
Well, you almost got to give it back to him after all that hard work he did.
Nah, keep it for yourself, mate.
Well, last year it was the other way around, wasn't it? Ben Lachlan did all the hard work and he did your job.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy to take the start. Weathers loves it, mate. Look at this crowd. It's got them up and about. So this is what New Year's Eve's about for the Strikers, mate.
Exactly. Fireworks smoke coming over. Good on you, Jake. Well done.
Good stuff.
Thanks, guys.
Changes the game as well. Butler, Watson gone.
Done it ever.
Now Joe Root, your man.
Yes, needs a knock here, Joe. Class player, though. Got all the shots as well.
It's just brilliant to see the judgment here, and you've got to be judging where the boundary rope is. You've got to have your teammate there, not far away. And it was straight to. It was just a little flick in the end.
How cool is that as well? It's like, oh, well, we do this every day. Well, I think they do, don't they? They practice it every day, don't the boys?
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
Pepper them on the rope, and they practice that sort of thing all the time.
Yeah.
So
occasionally you'll see them go wrong because the player's thinking about the throw back before he's taking the catch. What Weatherall did so well there was he secured the catch, and that's why his foot was tight to the grass on the other side. It is a valuable wicket, and it might just get a little harder for this Thunder run chase. It puts the onus on the middle order now.
Well, the Strikers have got a great record here, guys. So this is their 6th time that they've played the New Year's Eve game, Tuffers, and they haven't lost one. So it started in BBL 03, and they beat the Scorchers, then they beat the Hurricanes, the Sixers back-to-back, and then they beat the Heat last year, New Year's Eve.
Well, they keep playing all the fireworks, don't they? You know, just raises your game, doesn't it? It's like you're letting all the fireworks off for you boys. You know, unbelievable.
The old skyrocket gets them up and gets them going.
Yeah, why wouldn't it?
Do you have fireworks in England?
Yes, I had a very bad experience with fireworks, actually.
Did you?
I had a firework display in my house.
We might have to come back.
We've got to come back to that. That's the end of the 10th over. This could be good. They need 10s from here on the Thunder. 2 for 76.
Halfway mark for the Sydney Thunder, and the equation is 10 per over. 100 runs off 10 overs required for victory. Ferguson 22 off 17. Roots just made his way to the crease. He's 1 for 1 at the moment. 2 for 76, the halfway mark. The Sydney Thunder, at the same time, the Strikers were 1 for 106.
There's no doubting the talent to come. Sanger, we've spoken long and hard about that opening innings of this BBL. Nair into the side, and Daniel Sams, he can hit the ball. So plenty of batting to come. Not as experienced as the likes of Butler and Watson, but more importantly, fireworks in your house.
Yes, well, my mate gets these display fireworks, and he had this 100-shot repeater, like great big thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolute belter.
Lachlan, and bails out. I just wonder.
Yeah,
it's the smoke. Or
yes. Yeah. So anyway, and it was pouring with rain, and my mate said, whatever you do, make sure you dig it in. You know, like dig a hole about 3 foot. You know, and then sink in this great big box of repeaters and everything. Well, it was pouring with rain, and I've sort of like dug it down about 6 inches and said, oh, listen, that'll be all right, that'll be all right. As I've lit it, the first one's gone off. Hold on. The first one's gone off, and the box has jumped out of the hole and pointed towards the house. And all the kids were out there with burgers and everything. I'm running towards the house like that. It was like something out of Vietnam. You know what I mean? I was pinned down in the rose bushes for about 45 minutes. I couldn't move. All the kids were crying. Oh, it's a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. 100 were going straight to the house, exploded on the house. Be careful on fireworks nights, children. It's very, very dangerous. Have a responsible adult in charge.
Like you.
100 shot repeater. Yeah. Like this, it was like this, but pointed straight at us. I had the leopard crawl all the way back to the front room. Nightmare.
Well, there they are, the fireworks. Yeah. Thankfully, they're in the 3-foot hole.
Yes.
They're staying stable.
Dig them in deep.
So Lachlan bowling, and there's a good stroke there, but a reminder of a catch last year that Lachlan was involved in, and Weatherall. It was very similar to what we've just seen.
Well, this was brilliant. Here's Lachlan running around, takes a great catch, and then flicks it about 30 metres, Tuffers, and there's Weatherall. Look at this. Look at that. How good's that?
Yeah, the second catch was the better catch. He threw it to the fella at the spring and dive. What a great catch that!
Well, that's about a maximum backhand flick you could actually achieve. This one a little easier, but it's all very similar. Just a
piece of cake, that one.
A little bit abbreviated, wasn't it? Just a little underarm.
It's just the composure, though.
Yes,
it is. No
cool
panic.
Head, brilliant.
Don't panic.
So pushing hard. Things just slowing down here for the Thunder. That required rate is over 10 now.
Yeah, Joe's not a massive striker of the ball. He's not going to be a power hitter. He likes to hit the ones and twos and classic cricket shots. That's what's kind of held him back in the England 2020 and why he's been in and out of it. But he's got time on his side here a little bit. He's got 10 overs.
Well, I think that's the bonus for him. He's got some time to...
Yeah.
What did you say at the start? Just have a little peep.
Have a little peep.
And might just get him, going, and then he'll take on those scoring areas that he's got.
Right, yeah, he's got a very cool head on him. Believes in his own abilities. He's a good lad.
So Joe Root's played 64 T20s, highest of 92. Strike rate through the career 127.
Yeah, so not bad.
So 9 overs remaining. It's 2 for 83.
Let's, and everybody!
Big game today, eh? If you like a bet, check this out.
Correctly predict 3 scores on the Ladbrokes app and we'll give you £100 in cash. Get your 1, 2, 3 predictions in for free.
That's wicked. No, this is wicked, mate. I fancied a walk anyway. Ladbrokes, for the betters of Britain.
So they got married recently, Tuffers.
Yeah. Lovely dress. Very nice.
Carrie is the lovely wife of Joe Root.
Yeah.
Nice suit on Joe, too.
Yeah, very good. No, they make a lovely couple.
Fantastic.
He's done a great job for us, boys.
Yeah, he's
good stick. Good
he's a very, very good player. He's just got to make a few more hundreds for you, Tuffers.
Yeah.
He's got his conversion rate.
That's right.
I mean, he averages 50, but
his conversion rate's
absolute.
And it's annoying him as well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
the longer it goes on for, you're right.
And it's just like, will you stop talking about me? You know what I mean?
Well, it's like, 90s and what have you. Here's Carnegie into his second.
Shots out. Ooh, he's got it all in that ball.
He was committed in the deep, but gave himself every chance.
Yeah. Ferguson looks like he's going to be taking on the sweep, doesn't he? He's had a couple of darts at Khan. That was the wrong one, and just sort of flicked it and helped it round. Man out there looking for it, though.
I think the sweep comes out when you're not sure what the ball is doing.
Slightly fuller.
Here's a contest. Khan to Joe Root.
Yeah. Not the best player has been, Joe. in sort of like one-day games. His record is that the spinners do get him out more than the seamers. So it's going to be, as you say, a good contest here.
He's hit it well.
Yeah,
he's hit it really well. And there you go again. I think Joe will fancy the sweep as well.
Don't miss that.
Well, he nailed that.
Yeah.
He nailed that. And it was actually not a bad effort by the fielder. Nisa out there got a good hand on this, diving away to his left, but just couldn't get it into the hand cleanly, and it knocked it onto the rope.
So Winder Joe Root straight away. He goes again.
Yeah, it's a tactic, isn't it? They've obviously had a little chat about it. Every ball they're looking to sweep Khan. As a spin bowler, you've got two options there. You can either bowl it a little bit quicker, a little bit fuller, try and hit them on the toe so they can't catch up with it, or pace off a little bit so they get down
top edge, maybe.
Yeah, and sort of bouncing at top edges.
But he's seen this tactic before, Rashid Khan, and all he keeps doing is try to hit the stumps.
Yeah.
Still bowling his variations, and then if they miss one, out.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. And the reason batsmen do it is because it's taking out any right to left, left to right movement from the spin, and sweeping horizontally. You're taking out the spin factor.
Yeah.
So when you're not sure and you're comfortable playing the sweep shot, that's why they take it on against Khan.
And also you're having at least a full swing at him with a sweep, aren't you?
Yeah.
Instead of sort of like poking a little off drive
with a straight bat.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit shorter there from Khan.
Good contest this.
Well, it's a little win there to the Thunder because they've been forced to take their slip out, and often he gets some wickets like that, and they nick them to first slip, so they've taken him out and put him to square leg to try and stop that run with a sweep shot.
Yeah, 11 from it so far.
Hello, little cheeky one.
There we go. Joe Root at his best here. So a very productive over. Good fielding again, good teamwork. And they come back for 3. So, wow, 14 from that Khan over. 2 for 97. Thunder back on track.
$79 off 48 the equation.
You don't look happy.
For the visitors, 2 for 97 off 12. Ferguson 31, and Root starting to find his form. He's moved to 12.
Jake Lehman, we go back in the archives again. He did it himself. So he's accustomed, Shane Watson, the striker, to the striker, the fielder. And well done, Jake Lehman. So you don't have to have a teammate with you. You can just throw it in the air for yourself.
Well, you've just got to make sure you know where that rope is, don't you? And that's what he did so well on that last one that they showed last year to dismiss Shane Watson. He just got his balance right. Knew exactly where the rope was.
A lot of things are going through the old mind now, though, aren't they? You know what I mean? Am I in the rope? Is it coming? Have I got to go in? Have I got to go back? Where's the wind? I've got to get both hands on it. You know what I mean? A lot goes through the mind when one comes shelling at you, isn't it? Let alone to have the presence of mind to think, right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is just catch it, pop it up.
Well, when those go wrong, it's the judgment of where the boundary rope is, isn't it? Those that are more comfortable, the player has sized up exactly where that rope is. So short. Just slow it down. So pace off the ball again. Was unable to get himself going with the bat. He has this opportunity with the ball.
Yeah, he's pretty handy, actually. He's a good off spinner. Pretty cagey as well. Reads the situation quite well.
I always feel those overs 13 to 16 are real telling overs.
Pivotal.
Well, they're pivotal in that you've got the start, whether it be a hasty one, and this is a chance for the fielding side to slow things down, as the Thunder were able to do, but you can also make a run chase easier as well.
Well done.
You want wickets to pedal in the last 5 overs, but these 3 overs now are crucial.
Well, this is where the Thunder turned it around against the strikers. Were going beautifully, and then I reckon Farward bowled a decent over. Went for about maybe 1, and then they bowled 3 overs took 1 for 11. Really changed the momentum of the game. So even though they're behind at the moment, they'll know that the strikers slowed down.
Oh, that's a good stroke. Powerful there from Ferguson. And all of a sudden, he's playing some really good shots.
Yeah, hopped over to the offside and almost hit that with a straight bat through sort of deep mid-wicket. Because of the position he got himself and to set himself. You know, it wasn't really like a cross-bat shot. It was like an on drive.
Got his hands through that.
Yeah. Got him set himself early, didn't he?
That's good batting. Thought of 2, but that's really good batting from Ferguson.
Yep, slowed that one up short. Let's have a look at the comparison, see where the strikers were at the same stage. 2 for 115.
Yep.
It's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a belter.
You can just see that next phase does slow. That was obvious there. And that one runs away also. This time it's Joe Root.
4.
Oh, nicely played. So he's got himself off to a good swift start as well. 7 overs remaining. Thunder needs 67.
So the Sydney Thunder 2 for 109 off 13. The England captain Joe Root starting to find his form. 18 off 10. Callum Ferguson's been middling the ball the moment he strode out to the crease. He's 37 off 26. 67 off 42. The equation to win.
It's been nice to feel the atmosphere of a packed house here in Adelaide. And, oh, there we go. That's that old dance. What's it? What is it?
Tweety bird. No,
chicken dance.
No, it's birdie song, isn't it?
Is it the... Could you could do that, Tuffers.
Oh, I was top class at it.
42,000 right here and making a whole lot of noise. They're certainly cheering on Peter Siddle, who's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 13. Oh. Big shout from Siddle. It was angling a little bit. Thought it might have lined up with leg stump. Ferguson suggesting there was a bit of bat.
Well, it was given leg bias. So Peter Siddle
down.
Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah.
Missing leg.
4th stump.
Good decision.
Well, it's been a good couple of overs for the Thunder. 26 off the last 2 overs.
Yeah.
Just getting some momentum when the strikers lost momentum at this same stage.
Yeah, I think the 4 overs that we've been talking about, 13 to 16, or was a 36 from 4. And the strikers were batting. So that was the slow down. It'll be out. It will be out. It was comfortable in the end. It just kept going and going.
He's done it again. Peter Siddle just keeps doing the right thing by his side. He's such a competitor. And on that occasion, he gets a leading edge, it looked like, from Joe Root that carried out to deep mid-wicket. And Sids is sort of saying, well, I can't believe it, but he'll take it. There it is. He tried to scoop it away to the leg side, and that's an easy catch for Jake Weatherall. Just when they were starting to get something going, Root goes. In comes Sangha, 3 for 110.
Insure your mobile with protectyourbubble.com.
If it's worth protecting, bubble it.
Do you think I could have a picture of us?
Who's going to take the photograph?
It's self-photograph. Hey, girl!
Hey, girl!
Holmes and Watson.
Amazing pool, big top shows, family activities, unlimited goes. Find it all at Butlins. Book now for the best deals in our January sale at butlins.com.
So young Sangha is out there now.
Heard a lot of things about this fella.
Yeah, he's got a good technique. He's an interesting way he gets his hands through the ball. He's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
A lot of talent. And the half century we saw at Monaco Oval was one that proved that. He's missed the last couple of times though. He's at the non-strikers. So Ferguson, big responsibility with him. He's 38. He's got to keep going. Certainly can't get out in the next 4 overs.
Yeah, he's got a big job now, hasn't he? now that the experience of Root has gone. Now Sanger, just a young man starting his career, so yeah, you would think it's all up to Ferguson now, just to sort of control things in terms of how they're going about it with tactics, that sort of stuff. But Sanger just needs to be busy, really. Run hard, get bat on ball early.
Yeah, there's the slowie.
It's a healthy edge, and come back for 2. He's really got a motor, Sanger. He gets there.
I think that just about sums up Joe's big brother. Big brother.
That was
big bash at the moment, doesn't it?
That reality TV.
Yes.
That leading edge. How far did it travel?
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, it's a pretty innocuous ball, one that you just look to clip away. And he was just looking good, looking to get going. 18 off at 10, and just finding ways to get out. You know, finding strange ways.
You haven't been on that one as well, have you?
What's that? Big Brother. No, it's the only one I haven't done.
Oh, it's close to the edge. Really close. But Joe Root, he was so laboured in getting off. He could not believe that has carried so far.
That was a foot down the leg side. Or was going to miss his pad by a foot.
Yeah.
He's done well to get it there.
Yeah. When you get on that kind of run, you know, when you're on a good run, every snick goes for 4. And when you're on a bad run, you know, you find ways.
Well, he started like so well, 18 from 11. Crowd catch, Peter Siddle. He's playing up to it. Well bowled. He's got the 1 wicket and only went for 4 runs. 3 for 113. Well, here's a reminder of how Sanger started. It was against the Stars in Canberra, and it was 63 with a very, very good strike rate. But just have a look how quickly and savagely he gets through the ball. So therefore he can hit it hard and he can hit it long. And if he produces something like that, we might be set up for that Renegades-like chase. And it could be Sanger and Ferguson doing the job. Khan again. Coming back for 2.
2Z. Ooh, close.
Yeah, better throw. He was in trouble there. John Wells was the fielder's very good fielder. Very quick over the ground. Gets those little legs pumping along. Just throw wasn't quite up to it.
Come on, guys. Come on, Rashy. Come on, boys.
Don't want to miss that one.
No.
I think you might have given that toughest.
I think you might have walked if you missed that.
No DRS in your day either. Don't have it now.
Here's that throw coming in.
Gone. Direct hit.
Well, direct hit, definitely out, but if it was closer to the stumps and Khan got the bails off pretty quickly, would have been touch and go. But this is going to be interesting. Just a young man facing Rashid Khan. Slip in place.
Oh! There he is, the brilliance of Rashid Khan. And we won't see the big bounce and laughter that we normally would, because he's bowling with the knowledge that his father passed away yesterday, and it is unbelievable that he's out there bowling.
Well, Sanger on strike. We mentioned that slip was in place and he was waiting there for this. There was a leg spinner and he probably looked like it may be playing for the wrong and just looking to play it into the leg side. Got the edge. Pretty easy catch there to short, and Rashid Khan gets his first wicket of the night. Young Sanger on his way, 4 for 116.
William Hill customers are enjoying bet boosts on their ACCAs. And now the boosts are even bigger. Choose the ACCAs that you want to boost and get better odds and more returns on your winners. Bet boosts are available every day, online and on mobile. All you need to do is create an ACCA with 3 or more selections, hit boost in your bet slip, and you're away. More control, more value, more to celebrate. William Hill. This is more.
Daniel Sams, and there's nothing wrong with that strike rate. Going to be required now, just under 11 runs and over from here. That's the Thunder's requirement. So that's 60 from 33, very gettable. Khan has got another over after this one. He finally gets the breakthrough. He's been toiling hard. It's a different night for him, but thrilled he was able to get a wicket for himself.
Yeah, nice bit of captaincy by Ingram as well to put the slip into the new batsman as well. He's probably been listening to all the guys talking about Khan's wrong and everything, trying to whip that through mid-wicket, and he's bowled in the leggy. Great bit of bowling, great bit of captaincy. Strikers in the box seat now for me, just edging it. 11 runs and over starts getting a little bit tricky, doesn't it? Oh, hello. What chat?
What's that about?
I don't know.
It's like
Where they going
Rashid Khan thought Callum Ferguson said something to him. But might have just been a bit of chat between Alex Carey and Callum Ferguson, I think.
One ball remaining in the over. It's 1 for 23 for Rashid Khan. Ferguson on 41 has batted nicely. Oh, it's a rare wide there from Khan. Bowled it very fast, 95.7.
Yeah, it's good wheels.
He can get up around 100, just over 100.
Yeah, he's been over 100.
That's what you bowled a bit, wasn't it? Great, about 100.
That was the slower ball. 135, Blue.
That was only 100 just when it was required. Tough as that was when you just pull back.
Take the single, so there's only one over to negotiate from Khan after that one. So the equation now is the Thunder need 57 from 30 balls remaining.
Big over required.
57 off 30, the equation, 4 for 119. Ferguson 42 not out. Sams 1 not out. Rashid Khan just the 1 over remaining. The same time, the strikers were significantly in front, 2 for 144.
Well, this was last over. This was after the over, or that was straight after the over. There's a bit of a stare. Something ruffled his feathers. Not sure what he thought was said or was said.
Well, I guarantee, knowing Callum Ferguson very well, there's no way that he would say, he wouldn't have said
anything.
Boo. No. I think that was just a total misunderstanding.
So 5 overs remaining and 57. That's one big over in a run chase and you can change it. Or it's a really tight over and it can change it for the strikers. So we are dead certain going down to the wire here.
Well, I'm interested to see what the tactics are here from Ben Lachlan and the strikers, because Sams has been looking to go everything towards the leg side. Just hitting some big sixes away over square leg and mid-wicket. And that's the shorter boundary when Lachlan's bowling from this end. So see what he's got here, Ben Lachlan.
Pick the right ball, though, because, as you say, he's renowned for his slower balls. He's going to be targeting that short side, also looking for a wicket. Shot.
It's powerful, wasn't it, from
Yeah.
Sams? He can strike them. If he gets one away to this short side, he can pop a couple.
We can see Lachlan going wide there.
Yeah.
When you're wide and full.
Yeah, you can't be teeing it up for anything across into that stand. Ferguson as well doesn't mind going there. You can see him setting himself up a little bit across his stumps, hoping to get the length.
It's going to be a good shot of what, as you said, wide, slower balls and off-pace balls outside that off stump. Difficult to drag it, isn't it? That could be going straight up in here.
Well, then you've got no third man, so you've got your 2 men tucked behind point. So you know he's going that way. You could try and size something up through behind points.
Just squeeze one through. Yep.
There. That was it. Get up and over that one. He's missed out.
I'm going to say that's a good bit of bowling, though. You know,
double bluff.
Double bluff. It's allowed. It's allowed.
Yeah.
It's allowed. Because he's going to be sitting around there thinking, right, but he's only got 2 men there. He's not going to be... One thing he's not going to be bowling is pace short and wide. And he's let him have it and he couldn't catch up with it. So I'm giving that allotment.
There we go.
There it is.
Yeah.
So he's gone wide without a third man. No cover there. And he might start thinking about that one now.
Yeah.
Well, that's the shot we were talking about, Slats. That full wider one, and then if you can just get something on it, yeah, you can see.
Don't need much, do you?
No.
That's good batting, that.
First boundary in 17 balls, so much needed.
Cue end. There's a little look at it as well. More chalk, please.
Yeah, chalk it up. Big finish here.
Oh, whoa.
He bunts it. And they will come back for 2. Such was the sluggish nature it came out of the middle. So we've got 4 overs remaining and they'll need a further 48 runs for victory.
Well, the scenario for the Sydney Thunder is simple. They need 2 runs for every delivery they're about to face. 48 off 24. They're 4 for 128 off 16. And the fate in the hands of Callum Ferguson. 44 off 34. And Rashid Khan back into the attack.
Well, now we're into that excitement phase where it's getting very, very close. Strikers probably feel they're just in front. The crowd certainly do, although they're nervous. 12 runs and over required. Oof. And pressure still on Ferguson. He's approaching that 50. But the danger for the strikers is Sam's, I believe. He's the one who has got that 6 hitting ability.
Who are you putting your money on here, though, Khan or Sam's? I know where mine's going.
Saved by the long boundary.
Just got away with it.
There's that length again by Rashid Khan. Just that length, you can't quite pull it. Well, he pulled it, but he just couldn't quite get the power.
Can't get your arms out at him, can you? End up sort of going like that instead of sort of...
It's the pace, isn't it?
Yeah.
Skids on. Oosh. There's a leggy. Every ball's a tester.
Yeah, wicket or... I reckon this could be a wicket or a boundary, yeah.
It's just nice if you're facing somewhere you think, well, I might get a freebie. I just might get a free one here. Well, you don't with these guys.
No.
Rashid Khan, he never gives it away. Still a slip.
Oh, he's gone offside.
Oh, it's just over the head of the man in the deep.
Crunched it.
How hard can he hit the ball? And he's taken on the right boundary as well. That's the power right there.
Yeah, clever shot. Good use of the feet as well. Decided to step out to him a bit and got a good piece of it. Just going over the head of the extra deep point fieldsman. Brave.
Oh, it's a good
handy,
shot.
yeah.
It's a good shot and much needed.
Yep.
Yeah. It was the leggy as well, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was the leggy.
There it goes the other side. He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. 74 metres that way.
No.
And that's why it's taken. The wrong side to take Khan on. He's out of here.
Yeah, again, no massive celebration from Rashid Khan. You'd normally see him with his arms outstretched, running around with his teammates, a little bit subdued, but another handy wicket. As Michael Slater was saying, Sam's has got some serious power. Just couldn't quite get it over John O'Well's out there at deep mid-wicket. And they lose their 5th now, the Thunder. 5 for 137.
Oh, nice. Free bet. What do you reckon?
No brainer, mate. No brainer, mate.
Nobody no-brainers the hunch. Free bet time. Brain cells, go.
Bookings.
3.2 much average. I like it.
Both teams to score.
78% chance. Now we're talking.
Corners.
10.5 per game.
No team beginning with C has ever beaten.
I'll take it from here. Look and learn.
Heed your hunch with Betway's Free Bet Club. Put £25 on multiples for £10 and weekly free bets.
It was 3 for 28 in the last 4, and that was the phase we were talking about when the strikers were batting as well, being very telling as to the overall total. So if the Thunder lose this, they can look at those 4 overs. There's 4 overs that they will admire with the bowling, pulling it back, but we'll take a break. 3 overs remaining, 5 to 137.
He got 2 wickets for 4 overs. Ingram's going to get... Ingram 5 for 137 off 17, so 39 runs off 18 deliveries is the equation for the Sydney Thunder. Sam's the last man out, 15 from 18, and Rashid Khan head down, but he's done a mighty job tonight, 2 for 34 off 4.
Yeah, well done, Rashid Khan. 4 overs, 5 dot balls, 2 for 34.
Well bowled, boy.
Well, let's just listen to the crowd. Mighty effort.
That's a nice moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's loved here in Adelaide especially. He's been so good for the strikers, and the crowd just acknowledging the man.
I can't imagine how he's mustered the courage and energy to do that, and I think you can see he's almost
puff of the cheeks.
Yeah, he's exhausted after that just to get through it. Well done to you. Here we go, 39 from 17. Is it slipping away from Thunder?
I think it is.
Well, 1 over of 20 and it changes it. Ferguson's still out there. And he's best to be on strike at the moment.
Well, let's have a look where the strikers were, Michael Slater, at the same stage. 17.2 overs have been bowled now. Just that green line just should be heading up towards the blue line. So strikers were 155 on the board. Yeah, it's up to Ferguson now. Just needs to find a couple of boundaries. Yeah, going for the Yorker on that occasion, Peter Siddle wasn't quite perfect, but full enough, wasn't it?
Good enough. Couldn't get underneath it. You take ones now at this stage, 17.3 overs. You're happy just to set the field back, let them take 1s and 2s. It's the boundaries that will kill you.
Yeah, well, you can take on if you get a length to that onside and try and pepper the short boundary, or give yourself a little bit of room to the on and try and hit over the off.
Oh, bold. There's
Good
that
bowling.
Yorker. There's that Yorker.
Good.
Having a little roll around.
That's
all good fun.
A little bit of collision, the old boys.
Oh, don't get any better than that. The old dead man's hole there.
Oh, it was his head.
Yeah, nearly got a spike. Nearly got a spike in the suite.
Headbutted him down. Ferguson, 47 from 38. So strike rate 123.7. And he hasn't found the boundary for a while. So it would be timely. 3 runs, 2 balls remaining. And now it's about 15.5 runs and over from here.
It's a lot.
It's a full toss that he's put down the throat of mid-wicket. And I'm sure he's going to look at square leg to see whether the umpire has called it a no ball or not.
No, doesn't look like he has.
He mishit it as well, and it just got there.
Well, there's been a couple of those tonight, haven't they? And they've erred on the side of the bowling team, and they do that again. Here's Peter Siddle. Make your own mind up. Is it below waist height? Oh, it is right on. That is 50-50. Was squatting down a little bit, maybe, but a good catch again by Jake Weatherall, running in, diving to his right. Here's another good angle. Well, make your own mind up, but Ferguson has got to go. Another catch to Weatherall. 6 for 140.
I've always dreamed of sitting ringside at the football, huh? Look at this guy. He's like a thoroughbred. I don't know whether I should watch him play or give him a sugar lump. No matter. I got him down for a double. The match today and the 420 at Aintree. Meet. Oh!
Don't bet silly.
That's savvy.
The new Build Your Bet has thousands of combinations to choose from. So why request a bet when you can easily build your own and get your price instantly? The smart money's on Coral.
Now, Peter Siddle has finished up with fantastic figures. He's come from Test match duties, not playing part of the squad, and now 3 for 20 off his forward, 6 for 141. So we're in that final phase, 2 overs remaining, 35 runs. And it's not to say it can't be done, but they're running out of batsmen now. It is Nair and Green, so Nair 3 from 4. And Green hasn't faced a delivery, but it's 17.5 and over. You've got to go now. And that won't help the cause. Things have, in the last 4 or 5 overs, got away from the Thunder in the run chase. Too many wickets.
Yeah. In the same way that it did a little bit, the strikers in that sort of, as you say, 13 to 16 over. You've either got to push on and win the game, or you chip a few up in the air, or smash a few full tosses down the fielder's necks, and the game's up. And it's slipping away from the Thunder here rapidly.
Well, you listen to the crowd. Every ball that doesn't go to the boundary, they're going to be up. Even that one, straight to the man.
Yeah. Isn't it always the way?
We've got a few phone lights on out there. There's a little bit of illumination around the ground. That old party trick. We'll see Tuffers tonight with his light on his phone out somewhere in dance.
Yep. Old Lang Syne. Is that what I said?
New Year's resolution, Tuffers? Anything?
I don't know. I'm doing pretty well at the moment.
Okay. Well, if you haven't thought of one now, I don't think you should worry.
No.
Out. No, not out. Oh. Dropped. Is that the skipper?
Yep.
Oh, dear, Cole. Dear, oh, dear. And that was Green saying that would have been a king pair.
Well, he's hit it straight. That's as far as professional cricket goes. That's a pretty easy catch.
I don't think these boys have got it in the locker. Mr. Green and Mr. Nair.
Oh dear, it's all happening now. Strikers hit the stumps, and it's getting harder and harder for the Thunder. Game getting away from them quite quickly now.
Well, I'd say, so Nees has got 2 deliveries left in this over. I'd say Ben Lachlan will bowl the last one. He's back, that's okay, after the direct hit came in from Jake Lehman. Billy Stanlake's got 2 overs up his sleeve, but I just feel like you go to Ben Lachlan.
Yeah. Bowling. Especially when you get the old 9-10 jack in. Mixing it up, slower balls. We're not too great at spotting them, you know, down there.
There's so much about minimising the damage from Butler and Watson at the top, isn't there, with the Thunder?
They seem to be relying a lot on those 2 boys, don't you? Well, just get the feel. I mean, it's a couple of great lads to have in the side, but you know, it's a team game, and you need a few other boys in the. You know, you need an engine room, don't you?
Yeah, there just seems to be a lot of emphasis there, and. You know, when it needs to be done. Sam's is another one who was a big wicket at the time.
Yeah.
1 over remaining, and the game is slipping away from the Thunder. They need 29.
.29 off an unlikely 6 deliveries. That's the equation for the Sydney Thunder. Can Chris Green, 4 not out, or Nair, 5 not out, create a miracle? They'll be up against Ben Lachlan in the last over here. 6 for 147, 29 off the last over.
Well, We Will Rock You is being played out over this magnificent stereo system. The crowd are all part of it. There are 6 balls remaining, and they love this New Year's Eve fixture. Greg Blewett already telling us since it started in 03, BBL 3, that they've won every one. The first time that Thunder have participated in this difficult fixture for any opposition. They would have enjoyed the, well, they've enjoyed the atmosphere to play in front of a full house. 42,000 people here tonight, Bluey. Fantastic.
Pretty good, isn't it? And I think if Adelaide keep drawing crowds like that. Nice. Well, it wasn't quite a Yorker. A really low full toss coming back for 2. And they'll get there. Not a great throw from Jake Leeming. Yeah, if they keep putting on a show, big crowds, then they'll probably keep getting it, I'd imagine.
Totally.
Fireworks just over the road.
Yeah.
Why not?
This will be 6 in a row, as you said, Slats, if they can get over the line here.
Well,
which they
will.
certainly
won't want to go anywhere else. But if you've got a successful fixture and people turn out and this becomes in the calendar, people will be riding in for next year. They'll be coming back and they can cheer on their home side winning mostly. It's like the test match here. It's like a festival.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's what this competition's all about, Tuffers, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's these sort of fixtures.
Yeah.
And let's hope the derby in Melbourne tomorrow. You've got the Stars taking on the Renegades. Bigbash.com.au. There are tickets available. I don't know whether it was last year or the year before. There were 80,000 turned up to the
That was amazing, wasn't it?
So it'd be nice to get somewhere close. There are tickets available, though.
That game, Slats, I reckon they were... Oh, this is...
good running.
Thought it might have been run out. I reckon they were turning people away.
Yeah.
Because the lines were just too big trying to get in. It was amazing.
Yeah.
2 balls remaining.
The game is up.
And Lachlan, they've shown very good execution, the bowling side.
Yeah.
The strikers have put it together. And talking to Jason Gillespie prior to the game, I said, how are the batters going? He said, no, they're fine, they're fine. Keep it simple, not putting any pressure on them. They've got a good deck to bat on today. Yeah. Get out there and play. Don't overthink it.
And they got themselves a total, didn't they? Even though we thought it might be a little bit shy, they got themselves a total. They kept themselves in the game and then executed and bowled nicely and, you know, just wore down the Thunder.
Yeah, they got a very good bowling attack, the strikers.
Yeah. So this is it. And we've seen another brilliant Yorker and a display of discipline from a bowling unit as well as the batting unit led by Colin Ingram, the captain, who found form today. And Peter Siddle with 3 wickets, Khan with 2. And all his players rallying that young man. But they've achieved another New Year's Eve victory. The home team, the Strikers.
Yeah, they were good. The game had a few ebbs and flows, didn't it? The Strikers got off to a brilliant start. Alex Carey was very good again tonight as well, along with Colin Ingram. Colin Ingram was led off with a drop catch by Sangha, and then he really went for it after that and played a very good innings. And they stumbled really to 175, and then the Thunder also got off to a very good start. But that bowling attack of the Strikers, Khan was very good, but I thought Peter Siddle was the real difference tonight.
Yeah, they did the homework, didn't they? They know what it's like to play here at the Adelaide Oval. You win the toss, you have a bat, you get yourself in the game, get a score on the game, and then wear down the opposition. And that's exactly what they did. A fantastic game here at the Adelaide Oval, which is 40,000 people. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. And they're bringing out the band now, by the looks of it. Great game.
You might have to get up there, Tuffers. You might have to get up there. That's what we've seen today. 4 for 175, played Thunder, 6 for 155, but petered out after Watson and Butler got going. Ferguson 47, but Siddle 3 for 20, outstanding, and Ingram at the top, 75, was another star with the bat. But the Adelaide Strikers have won by 20 runs on the last day of 2018.
And that'll make the big crowd in South Australia feel a lot better about the defending champions. Of course, they had lost a couple of games of their first 3, but they're now 2 from 4, as are the Thunder. So the Strikers working their way back into the mix at this still relatively early stage. Only the Hurricanes away in terms of 4 wins from 4, and they lead the charge. There's plenty of time for these teams in the Big Bash. A step back for the Thunder, but a step forward for the Adelaide Strikers. Let's pick through just how and why the Thunder came up short in that run chase, starting with Jos Buttler and Shane Watson. Much, you feel, depends on these two at the top of the Thunder order. They do have batting further down, but when these two fire, generally the Thunder go well. When they don't, the opposite seems to happen. Buttler, that looked for all the world like a top edge that might be caught. In fact, went for 6. Such is the ferocity of the bowling and the power that Buttler possesses. But this one, he did perish. Peter Siddler was very good, taking 3 for 20 in the end. That one, Matt Short able to snaffle the catch. And then Shane Watson. Good power, of course. 1-6 for Watson and a couple of 4s. Powerful stuff. But he also, in the end, falling to a brilliant bit of fielding from Jake Weatherall in particular. Jake Lehman takes the plaudits, but his was the easier part of the combination. Weatherall doing the hard work on the boundary, and Watson had to go. So those two falling for 23 and 28 respectively, which put pressure, of course, as it tends to do, on Joe Root, who did get in again. Has got in each time he's batted for the Thunder on each of the 4 innings. A couple of boundaries, on the way to 18 off 10 deliveries in the end. But having done the hard work, falling over against one that just was a bit full for him, and picking out Weatherall and having to walk. Disappointment for Joe Root again. Giving himself a platform. He desperately wants to do better for the Thunder, and may need to in the days and weeks to come. Obviously, for much more pertinent reasons, in a way, a difficult day for Rashid Khan, who lost his dad just yesterday, decided to stay in Adelaide and play today. That was his decision. And although it was all naturally pretty low-key in terms of celebration, he did produce some of his trademark brilliance with the ball. Too good for Jason Sangha. Sangha probably worried about the wrong one, and it's the leg spinner that catches his edge and does for him. And similarly, Daniel Sam's an important wicket again, holding out in the deep off Rashid Khan. A couple of wickets for him, and that was probably it, in truth, for the chasing Sydney Thunder. But you can see, just obviously a difficult, emotional day for Rashid Khan. Those pictures making clear just what it's meant to him to cope and suffer the loss of his father in the last 24 hours or so. And all of that came, that strikers' pressure on the Thunder came from a good first innings and a good target score of 175 for 4. At one stage looked even better than that with Carey, and then Colin Ingram setting a very good platform. The strikers' skipper on home turf looked in excellent form, particularly on the leg side. He was both sides, but some of these shots, that one probably the pick of them, from outside off his hip, flicked for 6, was dropped, and there it is, got a life there, and he took full advantage. Poor old John O'Cook, the bowler, suffered the indignity of a couple of big 6s right after that drop. Got out eventually for 75 from just 43 deliveries, so he and Carey, although the score at one point looked like it might go above 200, did the hard work, and it was more than enough in the end, because that 175 for 4 proved too much for the Thunder. They made 154 for 6, and so the strikers win by 20 runs. Over on BT Sport 1 now, continued coverage of the Brisbane International WTA Tennis Live for you on 1 at the moment. We have a review of the 3rd test that has gone India's way, all part of the build-up to the 4th and potentially decisive test at the SCG. That's at 6 p.m. today on 2. And then for New Year's Day, a double helping for you if you're coming in or getting up early. The Heat and the Sixers starters off from 3:45 tomorrow morning on 2. And then the Melbourne Derby, expecting a huge crowd at the MCG for the Stars and the Renegades tomorrow at 8 a.m. again on 2HD. That's it for 2018. The Big Bash continues, but as far as Adelaide are concerned, the party can start in South Australia. They have won. Bye from us.
Who are we if we allow our oldest friends to suffer and die? Who are we if we let our beautiful forests be cut down, pillaged and turned to ash? Who are we if we just go